Sneak dissing, we don't see the competition. I drop off a ransom note that your art is missing, nigga.
Pay us in full with the money, or she gon' get her fingers clipped off like Lil Sonny,
M.Reck TV.
You hear something?
Have you guys heard of Stream Boss? It's a new IPTV provider that gives you over 5,000 channels for only $20 a month.
Oh, cool!
$20 for live TV, local TV, movies, TV shows, pay-per-views, and so much more.
Huh? What?
If you have a Fire Stick, smart TV, or streaming device, then head on over to thestreamboss.com to begin your setup process.
Peace. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette. Pound that like button. This is Heavy Gems with my brother Talib. Talib, how you doing, good brother?
I'm going fantastically wonderful, brother. Magnanimously magnanimous and always looking inside.
That's what's up. You sound a little far away, good brother. You got it on a speaker? Let me see and make sure you good.
Well, it might be like, I have the times I've been on here, the StreamYard, occasionally when I have to adjust the audio every so often.
Okay.
No, if there's a way to just save those types of settings in there.
I don't know if you could save them.
But it seems to every time I have to readjust it. Is it a little better?
Yeah, much better.
It's the thing. My apologies.
Nah, you good. You're good. You're good, good brother. Hold on. Let me see. I'm just trying to. Okay.
I'll take it.
So,
Making me a nice cup of jasmine green tea here.
Nice.
Japanese tea. It's delicious, soothing.
Salute.
So take your time. I'm ready when you're ready, brother.
Yeah. Salute to the Rec Mob. Pound that like button. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette. Salute to SJ. Appreciate you. Salute to just everybody that's tuning in. If you're new to the show, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get all notifications. And we appreciate y'all tuning in. We're gonna definitely take calls later on in the show for questions for Talib. And we're gonna start with the first topic, y'all. So matter of fact, before we go into that, Talib is gonna go into an exercise.
Thank you.
So take over, good brother.
What I wanted to do today was each time I come, I'd like to bring a new technique, maybe a new tool that everyone can attempt to, practice and see how it works for them. And today I wanted to do something from the Sedona method with goals and achieving goals. And the reason I wanted to do that was I know that I'm not above it. I know Reck's not above it. We all have these issues where we sort of stand in our own way of achieving our goals, and we don't see how to get to them. So this practice is a way to sort of get out of your own way if you're willing to do it, if you allow yourself the opportunity to attempt the process. So what we're going to start with is goals. So if everybody listening want to if you can think of or bring up your goals, what you'd like to accomplish, maybe something you want to do, be or have. And right now, if you can just welcome any thoughts, any sounds, or images that accompany your goal. And can you dig a little deeper and see if there is connected to approval, control, security, separation, or oneness? Good. Now, can you allow yourself to let it go? So just let it go. Now let's go back to our goals. And what I want to do is I want you to think about achieving your goals. Let the image, let the feeling, let the sensation, let the thoughts of achieving your goals come up. Will you allow that? Will you welcome it in right now? Good. Now that you've welcomed that in, just dig a little deeper and see if that achievement is connected to approval, security, separation, control, or oneness. Now, can you just, at the best of your ability, just for now, just for this moment, could you let it go? Would you let it go? When? Now go back to that goal, and what we're going to do is we're going to look at that goal, and I want you to bring up all you think of. As soon as you think about the goal, what are the advantages of you achieving your goals? Let every sensation, thought, feeling come in about what would be the advantages of you achieving your goal. And I want you to dig a little deeper. And I want you to see if that achievement is connected to approval, security, separation, oneness, or control. Now, in this moment, to the best of your ability, could you just let it go? Would you just let it go? When? Now let's go back to that goal. And I want you to bring up and think about what is the disadvantages of you achieving your goal? What could be the things that could set you back or harm you if you achieve this goal? I want you to dig a little deeper into that and see if it's connected to approval, control, separation, security, or oneness. And in this moment, to the best of your ability, could you let it go? Would you let it go? When? Now let's go back to our goal and think about the achievements, what it would be like to achieve the goal. And dig a little deeper beyond that and see if it's connected to approval, control, security, separation, or oneness. And in this moment, just for now, the best of your ability, could you let it go? Would you let it go? When? Good. Let's go back to the goal. And we're going to look at the opposite again. The disadvantages to you achieving your goal. Allow whatever sensations, will you welcome whatever sensations, feelings, and emotions, thoughts that come up with it, everything that comes up behind it. Will you welcome it? Let it flow. Now dig a little deeper and see if that disadvantage is connected to approval, control, security, separation, or oneness. And in this moment, the best of your ability, could you let it go? Would you let it go? When would you let it go? Now go back to that goal and let whatever remaining feelings come up, even if it's not related to the goal. There are thoughts that are occurring and coming up. Can you just welcome them in this moment? Will you let them be and flow? And remember, you want to let go of your problems. You don't want to have them. All you have to do is choose to let go. So could you or would you just let go of that right now? Can you let it go? Would you let it go? win. Okay, and that's just a little bit of the practice back and forth. I feel good. I feel good, and
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm feeling
The
marvelous.
purpose of that is to look at your advantages and disadvantages, because if you don't have what you want in your goals right now, it's because there's something you're holding yourself back from. At some point you're in your psyche that you don't believe you should have this, right? So this gives you the wonderful opportunity to let those things that are holding you back from your goals come in, and you can just let them go. There's no need to sit around analyzing it and breaking it down, because whenever you're doing that, you're only preparing to deal with the problem again. So that was that particular method. And as we go in, maybe later tonight, I'll share another thing. And I remember originally before I wanted to share rapid eye induction with people. There's a way to do rapid induction hypnosis to yourself, and it's a very awesome, smooth, fast way to do it. And this way, though, is the easiest way, because it's only about your awareness. This is about you stepping back into that you are not the character. You are not whomever the title and name you have been given. You are the awareness, the observer. And whenever you can step outside of the role you're playing and enter back into your awareness, all of your answers lie right there. We just must learn to get out of our own way. Okay, that was it, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome, good brother. Thank you. Yeah. Salute to the rec mob. Listen,
You sound relaxed, Em.
very relaxed, man. Thank you. I'm very, very relaxed. I'm
This
blessed.
is really good for somebody like you who's constantly having to make decisions, constantly dealing with people,
Correct.
and,
Correct.
having to be a critical thinker,
Correct.
So this gives you a chance to, sometimes to be able to step back and then just clear your way for your goal, because of you always have so many people coming at you.
Fossil facts. Everything you just said. Yes. Now this was much needed, and I'm just blessed. You know, appreciate you. Coming on the show and doing this for me and the people. And let's do what we do. I'm gonna bring up the first topic. I'll bring it up on the screen, and then I'll let you elaborate from there. You know how we do.
Yes, sir.
All right, good brother. I'm about to pull it up on the screen now. But anything you want to share with the people while I'm pulling up this information?
Uh,
Any
about the yeah. Well, I didn't want to get too, you know, overcharge the people with this kind of information, though I do know that the people are like me. They want it. They want the information. They've been looking for someone, or even within themselves, to find a way to change and shift their situations, because people are becoming aware that none of this is actually real. And a lot of people are telling you that this isn't real, but the means in which they're telling you is only serving them and the products and brands that they bring you. When I say that this is not real, I mean it's perception. Your perception and your subconscious mind is producing the world. The world is not happening to you, it's being pushed out from you. And this is why it's so important that they bombard us with as much advertisement and keep us lost in other people's worlds as much as possible, because that is the very creative force that is creating the world. Your awareness and what you give your attention to, you know? And if we really want to change our neighborhoods, if we really want to help our youth, we will start with ourselves, and we will make that change within. and we will start to perceive the world the way we want to perceive the world, opposed to perceiving the world the way it's being told to us. Most of us are pretty much going off of second and third hand information. We start with second and third hand information from the time we were children, when they put us in school and someone else tells us information and someone else points it out and they tell you what a shape is. And when you go to question that, you are not allowed to. So the conditioning started when we were young, and the conditioning was to shape the world. And they used geometry and mathematics to confuse and shape the world around us. And this is why physicists will tell you to this day, the math is wrong. Most of the math that they have is all theorized and not a fact, because you keep having people come along and say, well, no, if you simply do this or that, then that doesn't apply. Because we are always right. We are always right. So yes, our neighborhoods are bad. Right, you're right, because you keep saying they are. We keep enforcing this. Well, look what so-and-so did, and look what so-and-so did. How do you know about that if you don't have your attention on it? It's your awareness to things. You know, you look at these children that are running into the problems that they're running to. Look at their parents. I grew up with a parent that lived in fear for me, and I saw nothing but violence my entire childhood. And her whole goal was to keep me from it. But she was so terrified that something was going to happen, and so terrified that things would go bad and I would get sick and this would happen and I'd get shot and this would happen. And look at the streets. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. When you go outside, be careful. You better watch what you're doing. Pay attention. People be watching you. Never know who's paying attention and watching you. These are thoughts you're putting into your mind. And then you're creating stories behind them. And then guess what? When you walk out your door, this is what you witness. Anyone who doesn't believe that you're creating a reality will tell me how, when you bought an item that was maybe a pair of sneakers or shoes or something of that nature that you really liked, and you saw it like, yo, nobody really got this. This is, I'll be walking around like that. Then as soon as you buy it, it might be a pair of sneakers with everybody's in them. Now, is it because everyone went out the same time you did and decided to buy the shoes and put them on the same time as you and find you and walk around you in them? Or is it because you were so hyper-focused on wanting something that you impressed it onto your subconscious, and now everywhere you look, you see it? So our language is key and pivotal. One of the things you want to do if you want to start to change your life overnight, right away, start with your language. Ask yourself this simple question before you say whatever you say. Does it serve me? Is what I'm saying in my best interest? And if not, who does it serve? If you approach it that way, what you will find is you'll see that a lot of your language is not serving you. And you'll stop and you'll catch yourself and you'll start finding ways to speak things to make sense for your world. And that's all I have to say. If that, gave you the time to get the article together.
Oh yeah, nah, definitely. I'm gonna pull it back on the screen. Appreciate that. Got you. Here we go. Can you read that?
Yeah, I know. Wait, yes, I can. Give me 1 second.
I sent it to your phone too. I don't know if you can pull up your laptop or computer. So I know you on the phone on the StreamYard, right? So I know that it's
I can enlarge it. It is a computer.
oh, okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, for sure.
It has a Snapdragon 2 processing chip in it. It's the chip that they use. The Snapdragon chips are the same chips that they use for VR headset gaming.
Mm.
Monkeypox virus can remain stable for days and even weeks. Refrigerated food and water, according to. Okay, yeah. I've pieces of 22 infected reported. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I believe I said this to you already, but get ready. We're getting ready for round two, y'all.
Hmm.
That's the
Mm.
reality of that. Round two is on its way for that.
Correct.
Believe that. But this is a wonderful opportunity if we all take in these tools and use these and take advantage of this time. This is the time that anyone can make money.
Before you go into that, let me read the title to people. Maybe I know some can see, but some probably can't see. Some are so basically the article that Talib is elaborating on is monkeypox can survive for weeks in water and on refrigerated food. Just in case if you couldn't see the screen, pound that like button, y'all. Y'all know the M.Reck room etiquette. Appreciate y'all.
Well, it's just another distraction. I'm gonna keep reiterating to the people. They want your mind. You are not the mind. You are the purveyor of the mind. But you are not your mind. This needs to be understood because this is what they're going after. They're going after your mind because there's an election cycle coming up, which is truly irrelevant to them. It's really always about social engineering. And I would suggest that anyone out there look up social engineering because they've been socially engineering us for a long time. They socially engineered us with the basic four food groups. And remember, they only came up with the four food groups with cheese because they didn't know what to do with the byproduct. So the four food groups is not even true. The basic four food groups you need for nutrients is not true. It's out now. It's not even a secret now. They don't care anymore, right? Because now everybody's into what? The health food thing, right? Nobody eats meat anymore, right? Right. And somebody asked what's in the vaccine. I would tell you, like, pay attention to some of these so-called plant-based foods. They're no different than the meat glue.
Mm.
They're all chemically engineered in a laboratory. See, when it was natural, everything was made with black beans. That was what they used to have as a paste to make your burgers and stuff like that. But now they use a synthetic form of hemoglobin. And it's the synthetic hemoglobin that makes the fake meat taste like meat. So now we have this whole, someone said Hegelian dialect, problem, reaction, solution. They're going to create so much confusion. And remember, the last time it was, oh, nobody wanted to go near each other. This time they're going to make it something even more. Don't touch the next person.
Mm-hmm.
That is the next phase. So the funniest thing about the I don't even want to say the name of it. Okay, I don't like giving these things.
We'll call it MP.
Yeah, the funniest thing about MP to me is this, man. It literally came out of nowhere. COVID. Oops, excuse me.
CV. You know what I mean?
CV wasn't working well enough. And what happens? I told you, our minds are tremendously incredible. We are tremendously incredible. You put us in any kind of situation long enough, we what? Normalize it. We can get comfortable in suffering. most people are suffering today, not just because they want to suffer, it's because they're comfortable in it. If you got a lot of things going on around you and you don't like it, but you're comfortable, well, then you know, I need a change. So it's just very interesting. That didn't work. So now they want to go ahead and put something else out there and once again connect it back to sexual activities. You know what I'm saying? Even though you don't have to have sex with someone in order to catch this.
Correct.
They just said it remains on the food and in your refrigerator and in water. Which means that it's all in your tap water, ain't it? Because they're not talking about bottled water, are they?
It couldn't be.
No, they're talking about treated water, which is your faucet water. It's all the water you're exposed to every day. But is it the first time they put something in the water?
Not at all.
Did you know there's 100 so-called black towns that are underwater in this country? They've been poisoning people for the longest time, and it is literally perfectly legal for them to experiment on the people. They've been experimenting on you with pesticides, fluoride, numerous, and it's all under the guise of scientific discovery and study and research. So, yeah, there's nothing nobody will tell you but so deep about that. Oh, it's this, it's that. I will tell you this, your body produces over 300,000 different viruses, your body alone. It's a partial protein, not a living organism, a virus. Your body produces them when the regular immune system cannot fight something off. Then it takes a piece of protein from that thing and it designs something to destroy it. And that is called a virus. It will eat it and then it will dissolve itself and it gets pushed up through your interstitium system. That is the system between your skin and the inside of your body. That's why you sweat. That's virus pushing out toxin and whatever illness was in the body. They know this. They know everything they've ever told you about viruses. Did you know they couldn't get one horse to catch the Spanish flu when they tried to give it to him? That's another fact. Flus aren't spread because you catch a flu from another person. No, this is a frequency base. Everything's mind. It's all frequency. So when your body doing that is your body detoxifying itself every so often, every few months, especially if you're not a healthy person that takes good care of yourself. Every few months, you're going to get sick. You're going to get some form of a flu or cold in which your body is going to push all the stuff that's been accumulating in over the time out of you. Body goes through a spring cleaning. And what happens is when you start to do that, you give off a frequency. People around you, like family, they can receive that frequency, that thought energy. And guess what their body says? It's time to do spring cleaning. It's the same way if a woman moves into a house with other women. Her period will align with the other women. That is a fact. And she doesn't even have to know their cycle. The body just knows because there's an energy, a frequency being given off that we're all interpreting. We're interpreting energy and frequency and signals all around us all the time. That's why you're getting what you're calling random thoughts. They're not random. They're all around you. Yeah, I would not. Someone said millions of fast food, the fast food restaurants destroying people. Yeah. Everything they've designed to destroy you is destroying you due to your mental diet. See, when you feel good and your mind is in a certain place, you know what you don't go run and eat? You don't go run and eat junk. You don't want junk. You don't want junk when you feel good. And people have conflated joy and pure happiness with lust and confusion. They are completely confused emotionally. They don't know how to interpret their emotion. Every human being is completely intuitive. You have intuitive powers. The reason you don't, your intuition is 100% correct. And the only time it isn't incorrect is because those other thoughts come in sounding just like your intuition. And if you can get those thoughts quiet, your intuition will be the prevalent voice. But your intuition is always right because you, the awareness, you do not exist in time and space. You are experiencing this from outside of it. And when you can embrace that, and before the show ends, maybe I'll do one more, a chance to show you how to enter a state called hooverness, where you can sort of go into that ocean of self and just feel the peace that I'm talking about. Because it's right beneath all of the stuff you think is going on, all of the confusion, all of the pain, all of the problems you having in your home, everything that's happening to you right now. Right beneath the surface of that is there's a peace, there's abundance, there's joy, there's light, there's something inside of you deep knowing that everything is always okay for you. But you don't trust it. And that's what they trained us not to trust. And I'll just leave it there.
Got you, good brother. So, you want me to bring up more topics, or you want to start taking some calls?
I only do the topic thing because the people and they want to know.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk to the people and let's get some direct connections, some direct one-on-one understanding, and maybe deal with what people really think about, opposed to the information they are forcing us to communicate with each other about. Like, there's a lot of people in here that just got questions about other things.
All right.
I don't know. I'm with everything. I just want us to all be on a level of moving beyond this stuff. We never get stuck on it. We use it as a catalyst to move us forward.
Facts. So I'm opening up the lines so y'all can ask your questions for Talib. Lines are open now. Pound that like button. We got 500 people in the room. Appreciate y'all in like 30 minutes.
No, I didn't get the jab. Someone asked me if I got no.
Nah, I didn't get that
No,
job either.
I ended up outside of my whole film career because I didn't get the jab. I can go into all kind of work that I had. They was like, oh no, you can't. No, because the film industry is very serious about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't care about that. That doesn't dictate the nature of who I am. I am. Therefore, all that I desire already is.
Matter of fact, SJ sent me some information about that too. We're gonna take this call. Peace. Mute your audio, please. Mute your audio, please.
Peace, brother. Peace.
Peace, good brother. State your name, where you calling from. Keep it clean, and ask my brother Talib your question.
All right, first of all, I want to say what's up, both of y'all, man. M.Reck, Talib, what's good, brother?
Salute, good
This
brother.
is Giovanni from Atlanta. Crypto Egregor called in. I had the story about, the ancient story about the dream I had a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Well, yeah, so I was calling up to, get get a summary on the energy that's going on out here right now. During the Lions Gate portal, it's a lot of numbers popping up. The sun is beaming now more than ever. It's a solar flare coming up soon. So what you think about all this, Talib?
Well, it's a shift in consciousness. See, every so often there's a shift in consciousness that occurs, and the key of the universe literally shifts. I believe we are now in like G.
Okay.
So that's one. Two is, the sun has been, here's one of the theories of the sun. And when you use the numbers and stuff, you go back and if you ever read, if you looked into the Emerald Tablets, thought is the one who teaches that the numbers are the ones that enslaved us.
Right.
And if you, in many ways, I don't disagree with that story. I don't disagree with it. I can point out examples of that. Whereas in these numbers seem to be always correlated, but that's because time is not what we believe it to be. It's a construct of the mind, and a lot of the numbers and symbolisms we're getting is because in the conscious field, it's becoming aware that we've done this before. You see what I'm saying? They're trying to take control of the direction consciousness shifts in collectively. Because every so often there's an opportunity for you to wake up. Because you're in a dream right now. A dream you've never woken from. But here's the biggest thing about it. Here's the biggest thing about it. Did you allow yourself to feel those things? All of the worries and concerns you have for the earth, for our people, can you allow yourself? You welcome those feelings right now?
Yeah.
And in this moment, because in this moment you have everything you could ever need and want. Just right now in this moment, right? Could you just let that go?
Yeah.
Would you let it go?
Yeah, most definitely.
When?
Right now.
Now, do you feel the energy shift?
Yeah, these like a weight lift off your shoulder instantly.
You see what I'm saying? This is the answer. This is the key. They taught us that the more we focus on something is how we change it. That's not how we're going to change it. That's how we're going to create more of it. See, we have to focus in on the fact that you are pure awareness. You are the observer. You exist outside of this. And every so often you can get really caught up and wrapped up in this dream like it's really happening. That you never were born and you never will die.
Mm-hmm.
You are all things and everything. See, and when we get back to that awareness, we find that peace, and then the world around us starts to reflect it.
Mm.
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, it does. I got to add one more quick one. I've been on the serious fast, this whole pandemic, and thank God I haven't got sick or anything, so not even sneeze, cough, nothing like that. But I just want to, home in on how can I amplify my meditations, to really tap in with the higher self and, become the true God that I was born to be.
Okay, I could take you through a process and put something in you right now that will help you do that. Are you open to that right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is what I want you to do. If you're not driving or anything, right? You're not operating a vehicle or doing nothing, right?
Oh, no, sir. No, sir.
Okay. And just for a few moments, if you were in a place where you won't be disturbed.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm going to take you through a process that you'll be able to do once I finish with it. You'll be able to do it anytime you want to and need to do it. Okay? Once I do this process to you, this is how you're going to be able to go in your mind, create a laboratory, invite whatever person you want in there from any time span, bring them into your mind, ask them questions, get the answers you want. Okay? This is how you're going to build your intuition. This is how you're going to build your clairvoyance. This is how you're going to build your ability to astral travel and project yourself different places. Are you willing to to give that a try?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So right now, what I want you to do is just close your eyes.
All right.
Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to take a deep breath. And as you release that breath, I want you to mentally visualize as you repeat to yourself the number 3. So take a deep breath, visualize, and repeat the number 3. 3, 3, 3. One more time, deep breath. And number 3, visualize and repeat to yourself 3, 3, 3. This is the third level of the mind. In this level of the mind, right now, we are going to program your body to experience complete relaxation. And whenever you call on the number 3 times and visualize it, your body will go back to this exact moment. So breathing in, I want you to bring your awareness to the top of your head, your scalp, and relax your scalp, the follicles, the cells, the skin. Bring your awareness and relax your eyelids, outside, inside, and the tissue. Next, relax your face. It helps to put a soft smile on your face. This helps relax the face. Next, bring complete relaxation to your throat, inside and out. Next, relax your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists and hands. Now bring your attention awareness to your chest and relax your chest externally and internally. Bring your awareness to your heart. Relax your heart. Feel the smooth rhythmic beating. Next, relax your abdominal, externally and internally. All organs, stomach, spleen, liver, kidney, gallbladder. Next, relax your thighs. Relax your knees. And relax your feet. To enter the next level of the mind, you will take a deep breath. And as you breathe out and release that breath, you will visualize and repeat to yourself the number 2. Breath in. 2. This is level 2. Level 2 for relaxation of the mind. To achieve this relaxation, I want you to mentally project yourself to a place that is comforting to you. It may be a place you have been, it may be a place you have just imagined. But project yourself there and begin to picture quaint and vivid, relaxing images. Whenever you call on the number 2, you will come back to this state of complete relaxation of the mind. To enter the next level of the mind, in the basic playing field of the mind, you will take a deep breath and mentally picture the number 1 as you say to yourself the number 1. Take a deep breath in. 1, 1, 1, 1. Deep breath. 1, 1, 1, 1. You have now entered the basic playing field of the mind. From here, You can program your mind to do anything you desire. All affirmations will take more effect and be more powerful. We will go deeper into the mind. I'm going to count from 10 to 1. And as I descend with each number, you will go deeper and deeper into a healthy, relaxed place of the mind. To help visualize, picture you are in an elevator. And as I count down, the elevator floors go down. 10, 9, going deeper, deeper into the mind. 8, 7, 6, 5, going deeper and deeper. And when I snap my fingers, you will go 10 times deeper into a healthier place of the mind. 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now in a deeper place of the mind. From here, you will project yourself to a place that you enjoy and it is relaxing. It may be a place you have vacation. It may be a place that you've always wanted to go. But from here, you can project that. I'm going to allow you to project yourself there and stop talking. When I begin to speak again, 1 hour would have elapsed at this level of the mind. Now that you've achieved complete relaxation, you will also be able to tell yourself affirmations that will be powerful and transformational to you. The difference between layman mentality and genius mentality is that a genius uses more of his mind in a special way. You are now using more of your mind in a special way. From here, you can create an office, a laboratory for yourself. Picture your walls. There's your desk. You'll have your shelves with all your important books and information you enjoy. A whiteboard to take down notes. And as you look toward to where the door would exit, there's an elevator. Remember, whenever you go down here and you exit this elevator, the doors always open top to bottom. This way your mind is allowed to create the images and place you exactly in your office. I'm going to count from 1 to 5. And when I do, you will awaken refreshed, bright, aware, as if you have had a wonderful, relaxing, full night of sleep. 1, 2, 3. And when I count to 5, you will arise refreshed, awakened, aware. And you will remember all that you experience and be able to use it whenever you need to call upon it. 4, 5. Open your eyes, feeling alert, alive, excited. Okay. Hello? I don't know if anybody can hear me. You can hear me?
Really help, as I progress with my, the spirituality and, coming stronger with my psychic senses and powers. I'm able to, visualize things very, very vividly, and for example, when you mentioned you know, visualize your office, and I've been doing this since like high school. Getting out of high school, I would visualize myself in like a room, empty room, my higher self sitting down, my ego standing up, and I'm observing both of them. You know, so I do that a lot.
Oh yeah, man. Well, listen. Now, when you go down there, you go count down from 10 to 1. Now, when you go down there, right? All you have to do is like, let's say you want to travel. Picture the universe. Picture the cosmos. It's all in your imagination. Give yourself a destination. See yourself leaving your body, flying into the air, going to Saturn. You just whoosh there in this state, and watch what happens. This is also going to improve your ability to be clairvoyant and to be intuitive, right? But that room you just built, you can go down there and you could put who you want in there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You saw what was in there, and just remember always when you go in there, the elevator door needs to open from the top to the bottom. That's the way your mind, you see what I'm saying, is going to recreate that room. But anytime you want to relax the body, all you got to do is take a deep breath and repeat the number 3 to yourself 3 times while you visualize it, and all of that'll come right back.
Right. Right.
So that's a good tool to help with your meditations when you want to get into a state, or alpha state, a lot faster.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thank
You're
you,
welcome,
brother.
good
Now, I
brother.
have just one more question about like languages, different languages, and like have you ever heard of Master Gibson? Have y'all ever heard of Master Gibson, Mr. Earl Gibson?
I don't believe so. I may be familiar with his work, but not know his name. Would you care to share?
Yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. Basically, he's like he's a spiritual, holistic man. I don't even know how to explain it, but he used to practice. He was a doctor at first, but then he got more into the spirituality. And he really got deep into the point where he had his own website. Um, he had different prayers, like ancient prayers. And actually, I learned the prayer just by I be having these vivid dreams where I'm in the school of these people, whether it's C. Freeman L., Dr. Deborah Blair, and also, Mr. Earl Gibson. And he actually, within the dream, me dreaming and at the school, so-called school, in my dreams, I learned the ancient prayer. It's called the Annabelle Code. It's the ancient prayer, which he called the miracle prayer. And I actually learned that in a dream. It's an amazing prayer. It helped me through a lot, and also other prayers. Like the Unisha Bajaya. But my first prayer that I learned was the Annabelle Call, which is it's a miracle prayer, which it stops diseases. It also really.
I have a magical prayer for you, and I'll share it with you.
You want me to share it?
I mean, you should share it if you want to speak on it.
All right, we're gonna take 3 breaths in, and I'm gonna go ahead and recite the prayer for everybody listening. It's called the Annabelle Call. Prayer. It's an ancient prayer. Very, very powerful. Very powerful.
Mm.
Very powerful. I recite it every day, 21 times a day. For the
Here's
rest Coach.
Here's a secret prayer you can recite that works. It's a wondrous, magical thing. You only say it 3 times. You have to whisper it to yourself.
Okay.
And the first thing you do is you sit there and you think about something you want to do, be or have. $1 million, whatever it is. Right?
Right.
Then, once you get it, you focus in on it, you whisper to yourself just 3 times. Thank you for showing me that this issue has already been solved. You whisper that to yourself 3 times before you go to bed. Watch what happens. Test it. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I would like everyone to come with as much skepticism as possible and then allow themselves to be open to the possibility of something else working.
Correct. I
I don't take
appreciate
you to
you.
take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. That's why I took you through what I did with you. I could have explained that to you. But why? Now you know actually what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh. Yeah, energy is real out here, man. Energy is real.
Okay, so let me ask you, can you allow yourself to feel that right now? Can you welcome all that energy you're feeling?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, and in this moment, just now, the best you can, could you let it go?
Yeah,
Would you let it go?
yeah.
When?
Right now, at this moment, this second.
Okay, there you go.
Right.
I appreciate you calling, good brother. Gotta get to all
Yes,
these other
sir.
callers that've been calling up.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So peace, bless, love to y'all, man. For real.
All right. Love, my brother. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Peace. Peace.
Hello.
Hey.
M.Reck?
Yes. You live.
Hey. Peace, Talib.
Peace.
Peace and blessings and salutations.
Hello. First of all, I just want to thank you, M.Reck and Talib, for doing this. This is so needed, by the way. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate you guys taking the time.
You're welcome. This
I
is
just
Fiji,
wanted
right?
to go on.
This is
Sorry,
Fiji.
yeah, it's Figgy, yeah.
Yeah, Figgy. Yeah, Figgy.
Ah, you remember?
Yeah, I got you saved from Toronto.
Yeah, I've been
Yep.
watching you ever since that day I called in, like every
Thank you.
time. So
Appreciate
yeah, I
it.
really. Oh, by the way, I want to apologize because I swore the first time I called in, but I didn't know. I've never watched like a live stream before, so I didn't know the rules.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
Sorry
Not a
about
problem.
that.
Nah, I appreciate you apologize, but you good. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to go on a little mental safari with you, Talib, in regards to evolution, because I've been like just kind of researching just a little bit structures, like ancient structures and stuff like that. And then I've been questioning like why our buildings look like squares and rectangles and they're nothing like, they're not even as strong as the ancient structures. And also like it just made me curious as to like, it seems as though we've devolved instead of evolved. I mean, besides our technology has evolved tremendously, but like animals, a tiger has looked the same size for thousands of years. And like, it makes me even question, were there even dinosaurs? I don't even know. Like, I'm just questioning so many things.
Okay. So
I know
let me ask you this real quick.
Sorry, go ahead.
No worries. Let me just ask you this. right?
Yeah.
Right. In this moment, just right now, could you allow yourself to welcome in all of those questions and confusion you have right now? Hello? I'm sorry if I don't know if my line got
Yeah, it cut
broken.
out. It
Now
cut
you
out for a
good. You
second.
good.
Oh, could you allow that right now? I didn't hear.
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. And in this moment, just for now, could you let it go?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Would you let it go?
Definitely.
When?
Anytime. Now, later, anytime. I
Wonderful.
actually have a question about that exercise. Um, I I don't quite understand that exercise. As far as like, this is how I feel when you have done that exercise on this live and the live before. Um, I was like, let's say for this live, you were speaking on goals, and it's like, to me, like these, you were talking about good feelings and the good feeling of the goal, and I wouldn't want to let that good feeling go. I don't really quite understand that
Wow.
the exercise.
Now, that is a part of what you would call control, right? And see, what it is we have to learn to release and let go of even the good feelings, right? Because when we hold on to them, then we want to control them.
Right,
Do you
right.
see where I'm going?
Yeah,
Right? So
I do.
the goal here is to get in contact with you, the awareness,
Yeah,
and to be able to separate yourself from your identity when necessary so you can get the answers you need,
I get that.
right?
Get that.
Because that's the way our mind is designed in psychology and the way we think. The mind is, it creates problems, right? And it has several mechanisms that are designed to create problems for you to protect you. One of them is called your ego,
Yeah,
right? And another thing that jams us up from getting what we want and understanding things is because we have this desire to always want to be right. And sometimes, right? And we've all known people or done it ourselves, right? Have taken the route of sticking to being right opposed to changing our perspective of view and then realizing later we should have maybe not done it that way. Right. But to answer your question about evolution, because see, I see it helped. I see it did help you, right? Because the whole point here is to let go so you can feel better, right? And you can sort of move the way you need to move without any real attachments. You see what I'm saying? And that's where you're going to find your real happiness and joy in life, is when you start realizing that you are the purveyor and creator of your reality. How so? Because you are creating impressions on your subconscious, which is therefore interpreting out your world and pushing it out to you.
I am fully, I'm with you on that, and I'm 100% aware on that. See, I lean a little more towards the Abraham Hicks of always feeling good. You know, even if if contrast is happening, you think of something, you know, a little lighter, just, or even anything.
Right.
Anything.
Well, what happens with, see, here's the thing. I love Abraham Hicks, right? And this is why I use the word contrast frequently on this show, right? I also know that some of what she speaks on is a little bit misinterpreted by people because of the direction and language she chooses to use to her audience, right? Because see, you have to, if I asked you not to think of a pink elephant, what's the first thing that happens? You think of it. You see what I'm saying? So if you are unhappy and you try to tell yourself, I'm going to be happy, what are you really going to do? You're going to make yourself unhappy. So the best thing to do is to let it all go.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you with me? It's not voiding Abraham Hicks at all. This is how you're going to be able to use her methods even better, more effectively.
Right. Yeah. No, I follow you. I get it.
And the thing about evolution is evolution was a trick that was used on people to create a system in which Europeans were the dominant human beings in the evolutionary change of human beings. It was Darwin who wanted to go find this stuff out because he really felt badly about himself. This is a fact. And what he did was he reversed all of that stuff around himself. All these people are related. You see what I'm saying? As far as evolution and animals and things of this nature, evolution is consciousness. The evolution of life on this planet has evolved with human consciousness, not the other way around. It's not this stuff was here and then we got here.
Yeah.
You see, evolution is with human consciousness. Humans went over the island, the monkey experiment they did, where they took these monkeys and had them all on one island and the other monkeys on another island, and then they started giving them bananas. You see what I'm saying? But what happened? The humans started giving them bananas, and they started interpreting what humans were doing, and then they started doing it. But the other group who never saw that, they started doing it. But who's the one that reported on all that? Was it the monkeys or the humans?
It's the consciousness.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So the consciousness, our conscious experiences listen, this is what they mean when they say a hologram. When they say you live in a hologram, people get very confused by that because every portion of the hologram contains the whole hologram. That's also called infinity, right? Now, how does that work, though? It sounds nice. It sounds sophisticated and intelligent, but how do I apply that? Well, here's the thing. Look at everything outside of your eyes as the hologram, right? That's the world. But you are projecting the hologram. Because piece of the hologram, which is the whole hologram. Now, do you see how we're all projecting one another?
I get that, Talib, but like in regards to the structures of ancient times, can you break that one esoterically down? Like, and how, and then why we can't do that? Like, why is it so impossible?
I'll show you why right now. It's very simple why you can't do it. In this moment right now, could you allow yourself to feel all of the confusion about not knowing?
Yes, absolutely. I can let that go. I'm not hanging on to that too tough. It's just someone I could finally talk to about it and maybe might have some esoteric answers. But yes, I can let it go.
Right. No, I'm telling you how you're going to get the answer yourself, how it will come to you. See, the answer, you are infinity. You are the hologram, remember? You are God, a part of God, God in breaking itself down into many versions of itself, correct?
Right, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
So guess what you have?
All the answers within.
But what's the only thing stopping you from it? You.
Cheat code, Talib. Give me the cheat code.
I am.
But
this is the up, down, left, right, A, B, A, select, start, B. For any old gamers out there, they would know that's the Contra joint.
Facts.
But this is the cheat code. Start getting out of your own way. Stop believing the answer is going to be in some diligent act. And start knowing you are the answer. And if you get out of your own way, the answer will just appear before you. You ever have your keys in your hand and run around your house looking for your car keys? And you're like, well, I just know it. And as soon as you get out of you stop, right? Usually stop, you take a breath, right? You stop, you take a breath, and you go, you know what? Okay, let me just stop. And then you look in your hand and you go, oh my God, my keys are in my hand. You always have the answer. I'm giving out the cheat code. People are charging for the cheat code. Okay? I'm giving it away for free. This is literally the cheat code. You can go investigate it. You can take it further and even come back to the show later with maybe more information to share with us all about these things. Because I believe as I share with everyone, they will go on their own journey and they will bring back to the collective which will best serve us all. So
Right.
I will answer your question on why sacred geometry and all of this is not really being used. You're 100% incorrect. Sacred geometry is being used all around you. All around you. It's called advertisement. That's right. That's right. Advertisement is sacred geometry. Go do the homework. Your house is sacred geometry. Did you know you live in an anti-Faraday cage?
What?
A Faraday cage is a cage that's designed to keep electricity out, right? And electromagnetic frequencies out, right? So if you had, say, your electrical stuff in a Faraday cage and an EMP went off, electromagnetic pulse happened to occur, right? And these things happen, they come from the sun. They're called coronal mass ejections.
Mm.
It would fry all your equipment. That's the other fear they have. Our infrastructure and power is so weak that anybody could come here, give off an EMP blast and just take our power out. Because our whole damn system is designed off an anti-Faraday cage system. The wrong energy coming into your house, you could be electrocuted by your own home. Facts. Why would they do that? Because electromagnetic frequencies disturb your what? Your mind. Because remember, your brain is giving off frequencies. Thought travels 10 times faster than light. The most powerful force in the known universe is your thoughts. Also known as your imagination. And that's why they say if you want to find God, look no further than your own wonderful imagination. So sacred geometry is all around you. They've been using it this whole time. They've been using it in a way to what? Drain your energy, keep you down, make you feel bad, right? They got a black mirror scribe everybody's on, right? The televisions are now all scribe mirrors. Right. Did you ever look at the layout of a chip? Does anybody know what a circuit board looks like? Maybe Reck, you should find an image of a circuit board so you could begin to see all of the sacred geometry they used in laying the board. Where you think they got that? You think we invented that? We didn't invent anything. You ever heard of a Baghdad battery? Do you know what that is? Well, back over 5,000 years ago, they had batteries. They would take clay pots, pick a piece of copper, ferment some wine and fruit, put the copper rod in it, wrap coiled wire around it. And guess what? Bam.
I'm going.
You got a battery.
No conspiracy, nothing. I just want to understand your esoteric understanding of or what you think in regards to these structures. What were like how we built them before, the fact that their doors are huge, and maybe that we
didn't build them. We didn't build them. We're not the same people. This is another level of consciousness you are in. See, you're trying to relate and correlate yourself to something that you did not exist within. It's a story that you were told. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Right now, if you're asking me about the ancient times and what was going on back then, well, that was a bunch of beings that they don't want to tell you existed. Period. Story. If you want to know, there were beings that existed they don't want to tell you about, but they've told you about in movies, and every chance they get, every opportunity they get, they tell you about these creatures. There's no reason that I could talk to an 8-year-old child and he knows what a reptilian is.
Were dinosaurs real, by the way? Do you feel?
What is real? What's real? What you see the power of the mind when we are not in control of it. It goes everywhere. It wants answers to things that do not serve us. I asked you this. Getting all the answers to that, I could easily give them to you. I am giving to you. Once you go back, you really digest this, you're going to see you just got all the answers you wanted and then some. But I asked you, what at the end of the day, how does this serve you?
It doesn't serve me at all whatsoever.
Right. So are you who is it serving then? If it's not serving you, your time, and time's not real, it's a construct. Remember what time really translates to. Your awareness. Your awareness. You, the observer.
Yeah.
Who are you serving? Who are you giving this energy to? Who's benefiting from it?
No.
It's not got you on a beach where you want to be. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have wonderful, beautiful dreams that will serve humanity. You have a wonderful heart and a wonderful mind. And most importantly, a wonderful heart. Why waste it on hardening it? It could be so free. And this is what I'm trying to get people to see. This is where all our answers lie at. Caring about ourselves. Because the world is you.
I got you. So yeah, the answer to these questions don't actually matter at the end of the day.
They don't serve you.
I get it.
They
No.
serve them. They serve the masters, those who rule over us, who need us focused on it.
Got it. Yeah.
But if you really want to, go look at the circuit board. Go look at the sacred geometry riddled all around you, and now you'll know why people are mesmerized by the
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm totally like, I think more as in the world as a metaphysical reality rather than, no, not rather than, as much. I think a little more actually than a physical reality. I've been onto Neville Goddard for many years and even gone to Abraham Hicks seminars. So I'm fully with you on that. I just probably got a little excited to be able to talk to someone who, you know, but you're right. At the end of the day, it doesn't serve me. And it's really not, like the answers are meaningless and it's whatever I give meaning to it. So I get it. I got you.
Because every one of those answers you already have. That's why it's not meaningless. It's what we give meaning to.
Mm-hmm.
Everything means something to someone because all things are relevant. All things are. See, the people who built those pyramids, the being entities and individuals that was responsible for that, they knew this. This is why we look at it and go, oh my gosh, it's so difficult to understand. Because if the truth was complicated, then we all would get it. But the truth is simple. And people have a problem with simplicity because the mind doesn't seem to want to work like that.
Well, we complicate things for sure. So yeah, I got you. Listen, it's been a
No,
pleasure.
the mind. Remember, you don't complicate anything. You're just an observer, right? You're here to have an experience. The mind complicates things. Once you remember it's your mind that's doing that, you can take control of what it's doing.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people into that, the esoteric, I was into that and very heavily. I studied it, researched it very, very intensely, Kemetic, the whole shebang, down to how it got into a lot of Greek theory and a lot of Greek history, right? Because they were the ones that actually took all that stuff and rewrote it. You see what I'm saying? But see, they took all this stuff out of it. This is the secret that they took out of it. You see what I'm saying? This was the secret. The secret was you're the observer, you're God. So they had to tell you that you wasn't God, that you're going to die, that you was born, that things are above you, that none of you are actually equal. Some people are better than others. And then what do you, so now what do? Now you have control because guess what? You're the narrator now.
Right.
And that's what they got from that esoteric. They got the power of the mind. If you really want to know what they got, the power of the mind. You get out of your own way, you're going to start drawing sacred. You're going to start drawing. You're going to start drawing sacred geometry.
Wow.
Okay. When you call back, just all right. Okay. It's done.
When I call back, I'll be like, Talib, guess what I'm doing?
Yep. Yep.
That's wild. That's wild. Well, I mean, it's a pleasure talking to you, and I'm very conscious of the other people who want to call in because that was me earlier on. So thank you so much again, M.Reck. Thank you for doing this, and SJ, shout outs to you as well. Thank you, all of you, for doing this for us.
You're welcome. Appreciate you.
Really appreciate it. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
have a great night.
All right. Have a good one. Peace.
Bye.
Shouts to Figgy. We're going to get to all these other callers. They've been calling.
I understand where she was coming from. I want you to know I was right where she was at. I've been a researcher for many years. That's a very powerful person right there. And once watch, what's going to happen? She's about to get out her own way.
Correct.
Watch what happens.
All right, I'm gonna call the callers. There's a lot of people who call. I'm gonna try to get to as many people as possible. Damn, where did it go? Okay.
Someone said bad seeds being replaced with good seeds all over the world. You mean all over the world they planted Monsantos?
Hey.
Peace. Peace.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, my brother? Did you go to sleep?
No, I'm up.
Oh, okay, yeah, you went to sleep, but it's all good. It's M.Reck TV. I got my brother Talib on online. You got a question?
Yeah, I like that meditation you did with the brother.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. It was for everyone. Everyone.
Yeah.
Can you mute your audio, good brother?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I'm this Adam from Philadelphia. What's up?
Peace.
Peace.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you got a lot going on in your backdrop, good brother.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you, but there's a lot going on in your backdrop.
All right, well, you know what I mean. I just wanted to comment out feeling what's going on.
Okay, I appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, good brother. All right, you have a good one.
Yeah.
All right,
All
peace. Yeah, shouts to that brother. You know what I mean? He had a lot going on, but we're gonna get to the next caller. It's all good. Let me see. That was Philly.
Did you send Wednesday a message?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Yes, I didn't get a response. 347-874. I'm calling you now. Okay, pick up. And have your audio muted, please.
Please leave your message for.
Oh, he didn't pick up, or she didn't pick up. I'm gonna get to the next caller. They didn't pick up. All right. What was that? 347. Okay, where we at? No, Jimmy called. Call Jimmy. Jimmy, we calling you right now. Pick up.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I know that 804 number been calling. Pound the like button, y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Hello.
What's going on, good brother?
How you doing?
Everything good, my brother. You called, right? Hello? Peace.
Hello? Yeah.
You called, right? You called.
From Virginia. Yeah.
Okay. So state your name. Shouts to the whole VA. What's your name, fam?
My name is Milton.
Nelson. What's happening, good brother?
Milton.
Milton. What's happening?
Yeah. Everything good. I was just listening to the brother, some powerful and deep messages.
Okay.
And I was listening to what he's saying about the brain and awareness. You know, because I used to be work for an electric company, and I wasn't aware of a lot of things that was going on. And I put in thousands of these meters throughout Virginia, and these meters cause radiation. They radiation meters, and they causing cancer. These new meters that Dominion Energy is putting in are terrible. People are getting sick now, and I'm speaking out. I started an organization called Lose, because what we don't know, we all lose. You know, I spoke out. I got fired from the job, but it's all good. But there's a lot of people out there don't know that these meters that's giving out radiation, like the brother was saying, the pulsating frequency waves that's right into your home. I advise everybody to do their homework on them. You know, the way I found out, I was at a brother's house putting in the meter, and he told me to do your homework, and I asked him a lot of questions, and he was an engineer, and at the end of the day, he told me to do your homework, and then he said, yo, brother, but you go ahead and put it in, because I'm dying anyway from cancer, so it doesn't make a difference. That's when I really started doing my homework, and I found out so many people are getting sick behind the things that these electric companies are doing. These meters are 160 more times stronger than the cell phone. The chips that they have in them are destroying our youth minds. And if you look up in 2012, the American Academy of Medicine opposed these meters going in people's houses because of the brain disorder and the leukemia as a cause.
Oh, and also just mention, since you're putting that out there, all this relevant, important information that I touched on, which, listen, it's called, they're 5 millimeter waves. These are the same waves that the military uses for weapons.
Exactly. And brother, there's no labels on these meters telling you that these are radiation.
They never got approval to put not one of them up. Not one of the meters you're looking at around you was actually ever agreed upon by a council or the town itself. They just went and started putting these things up. You can go find online many council hall meetings where people are sick or complaining, and they never agreed to these things being up. When they questioned the owners of these dangerous machines they're putting up, that's what they are, they're dangerous machines and weapons. They had little to zero knowledge of the effect that it had supposedly on people, and they still were allowed to put it out there.
Yes, it's all about money. It's all about feeding the masses their money. And what I found out working for them,
Hello, can anyone hear me? Because I don't hear anything.
Yeah, I can hear you.
hello?
Yeah, I can hear you both.
And I dream about that every day because of the meters. I mean, they really destroying people's DNA. I advise everybody to wake up and get the meters pulled out. I pulled several meters for certain people. People who got preconditioned problems, pacemakers, they in trouble. They really are. These meters don't stop. These are 24 hours. Pulsating radiation. If your neighbor got a meter, you'll still have the same problem because that's how far it spread.
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you, the only reason these meters are able to affect us and do what it does to us is because of the psychological state that they have us in. You don't know anything beyond what you know. You understand what I'm saying to you? You see, so you have to be very careful because they have designed a world for you that limits what you can do with your body. You are not the body and you are not the mind. This vehicle is 100% self-efficient. No food you eat actually grows cells in your body.
Right.
You understand?
It sounds just like that movie Alive. When you didn't have the glasses on, you seen a different reality. But when you put the glasses on, you seen they was controlling everything.
Exactly. It's very much like that. But in the sense of now, if we take it from outside of a metaphor and we bring it into a way that we can actually utilize a method to help ourselves, then this is going back into what I'm explaining about the mind and the things you can do. The man who created the Sedona method was given less than 3 months or 6 months to live. Okay. All right. When he was in the pondering suicide is where he came up or got his download to this method. He lived 20 years longer than the 6 months they gave him.
Right.
Okay. We had a wonderful woman on here named Wednesday, and she started trying these things. When she started, she couldn't walk, brother. She's blind. They was telling her everything was terminal. She called in, the woman is walking. She's seeing colors. The power of the mind is remarkable. So their weapons work the way they work on us because of the mental conditioning they done on us.
Exactly.
So once you become aware of it, now all you need to do is lay into your mind, into your awareness, and everything inside of you will shift.
Right. You're right, brother. Because I was speaking to a gentleman the other day, and he said, "Oh, what can we do? They dominion energy. You know, he's just stuck on to where they got so much control. You know, it's unbelievable." But
But remember, that's in the mind. Now, what would happen if everyone collectively had an imaginative thought that these people actually crumbled and failed and was exposed, and justice, true justice, was served? You understand that exists. See, the secret that they know that we don't know is that these are like sectors. We're shifting through sectors. And they're calling it the multiversity, you know, whatever. But the reality is, everything is divinely perfect. This hellscape is divinely designed to be its hellscape. All we need to do is shift to a reality in which we are not in a hellscape. That's literally, and they know this. If you don't believe it, then why are they living so good? You really think the masters want money? They invented money. Money is a construct of the mind. It doesn't exist. It's not real. We make money real. Right. The richer you go, and I've been around a lot of rich people, okay, the less they use money. And you get up there high enough, you'll never see $1 or $100 bill or any other kind of bill. You see a card here and there, but most of those people, they're not paying for that. I can tell you right now from hanging out with celebrities, right now, people do stuff for them for free just in hopes of getting something out of it.
Right.
Imagine if you lived your whole life like that and everybody who approached you treated you like that. What would you actually be paying for? They got us needing the money. They put us into scarcity. They taught us social stratification, classism. You poor, you middle class, you upper class. You know, each one of those come with its own psychology. The moment you break out of their psychology, then that world falls apart in front of you. It cannot exist without your awareness.
It's just like when I was on a plane a couple of weeks ago, gentleman was arguing about the first class, and in reality, if this plane go down, we all, first class, second class, third class, we all go down. So I just want everybody to be aware of what's going on in their household.
I think it's great. I appreciate it. I think that's wonderful that you have such insight to it and is sharing it.
Appreciate that,
I
good
have
brother.
to, because what I want to do, I want to live right and die right. You know, so at the end of the day, I got to get this word out. And I advise everybody to look to do their homework. Whoever's on this program right now, do your homework and check wherever you live.
Hey, yo, can I suggest this to you? If you putting together and you sending stuff out to people and awareing them, would you consider somewhere in there putting, hey, this is what they're doing, this, that. I need everybody to start, just ask them to use their imagination. You create the image you want. Tell them, I need you to picture this for me. If you can't give money, if you can't, all I need is you to imagine. Because what is the outcome you want to see, brother? Do you know exactly what you want to see happen?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do.
Can you create a 30-second clip of that thing happening in your mind?
Yes.
Like a little movie clip of you getting victory.
Yes, I think about it every day.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to use it, to take it out of thinking about it every day and actually apply it in your subconscious so you can see it in your world. Okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that 30-second clip you've created. When you go to bed tonight, when you laying there, instead of just laying there, just falling asleep, I want you to play that clip in your mind. Now, this is the two changes I need you to make in the clip for me. Okay, I need you, one, to not see yourself doing it. I need you to experience it in your vision. So I need you to go from observing yourself to it being you who's experiencing it. So like if you're looking out your own eyes.
Exactly.
Okay, that's one. I need you to do that. Two, I need you to bring in tactile sensory. And that means, yo, if you wear jewelry, if you have a ring on, whatever, when you look at your arms in your mind, if your arms are playing there, you should see that jewelry there. You see when it brings something from this world into that world, right? If it's a time of day, if it's outside, inside, give the room temperature. You feel what I'm saying? Bring in all the senses that you have and use them in this vision. And I want you to play that 30-second clip over and over until you fall asleep.
I got you, brother.
And then watch what happens.
Reck, I really appreciate you, man. You're doing a powerful thing.
Appreciate you.
brother.
I appreciate you, fam. Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
You too. Peace.
What you think, Greg? How you feeling, bro? You've been really quiet, man.
I'm feeling good. Like my thing, I know how to get out the way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think people be peeping how I be moving. You see how I can get out the way and let you do you, and it's still M.Reck TV, heavy gems. You know what I mean? I don't think people be peeping what's going on, but that's why I be quiet. I let you build. I let the callers ask their questions. I'm out the way. And when I need to jump back in, I jump back in. Then I jump back out. But I'm here, though. I'm just monitoring things. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah. It's Wednesday calling, too. Peace. Wednesday.
Hey, M.Reck. What's going on?
I'm good. How you doing?
Hey, Wednesday.
How you doing?
Fantastic. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I heard you guys say you left a message for me, and I was like, I forgot to tell you guys, I'm on a landline phone.
Oh, wow. I thought it was a cell.
I gave you my real number.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a cell.
No, this is my landline. I gave you guys the real number.
Got you.
Yeah, I was listening to everybody. I really loved Fiji. Oh, she's just a great, just great vibration. I love that.
Was right? See, I'm telling you, watch. You watch.
Oh yeah. I said when she lets go, man, she's gonna be on fire.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I really am. I'm doing great. How's everybody? How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. You sound amazing.
Oh, thank you. You know, I was waiting, and it said 15 minutes, and then it went up and said 36 minutes. I was like, well, I'm just gonna wait here and take a little nap and wait for that music to come on. Oh yes, this is the day, Tuesday. This is the day.
Yes.
And I'd say Talib, man, that was really good what you were just saying. I'm like putting this all in my head about basically we make it. We do the predictions. We make what we want to make come out of this in our life. And that is so good. What you were just telling the young man who just called about the cancer and the meters,
Mm-hmm.
and how just like don't think of it like that. Just let go, right?
Yes, yes. I want to offer a tool that allows us to actually do something, because everything we're trying is not working. And we got decades of trying this stuff to know it's not working, So what's wrong with trying something new, or doing something different and breaking a cycle? If you want to break a cycle, do one thing different. If you always get frustrated with someone, in the moment of your frustration, if you can breathe, take just one breath. You will realize in that one breath that it holds no weight more than what you give it. And that causes that thought energy resonates out. I'm going to tell you, people are not walking around as they are not the creators of their reality. They're co-creating someone else's reality. Right? So when you are a dominant creator and you go into a circle of co-creators and you're the dominant energy, everyone's your thought energy pushed out. Everyone will reflect that. They'll just reflect it. I've gone into situations where I've dealt with people that were very disagreeable people, but because I already played it in my mind that I won, that they were cooperative, that they wanted to work with me, they saw things my way. When I went into the situation, it literally played out that way. And I had to catch myself the first time I ever did it. And I'll tell you the story of the first time I ever did it. The first time I ever did it, I was working at taking photography pictures for a car dealership. There's a very racist individual there, right? Now, when I got there, my resume was so outstanding, and I worked in film and television, and because of COVID and I wouldn't take the shot and stuff, I just, went another way. I have my own skills. So when he saw my resume, initially when I met this man, he was in awe. He didn't, he didn't want to say nothing to me. You do whatever you think you need to do. I'm on board. Can't believe we got you. So one day I'm working, everything is great. This one brother come up to me. He comes up to me, he says, hey man, let me talk to you. I got to tell you something. Stop it. See, I pulls me to the side and he tells me, yeah, Dan's out. He's got it in for you. I'm like, what? Yeah, the guy got it out for you. Yeah, you ain't know he's super racist. He tried to make the other brothers here cut their hair. He offered them a raise to do it, and I had to report him because he did all this racist stuff, and he's super racist. And I'm like, what? Less than 10 minutes later, I walk away from this guy. Dan calls me into his office, and he's like, what's going on? Why is this behind? And he's literally like barking at me, and I've been there only a week or two. I hadn't had this relationship with this individual until this person told me about that. And remember, racism resonates very hard, intense in us. We have a lot of emotional connection to racism. So when we hear stuff about that, our mind already starts racing and putting together images of, acts against us, victims, right? So he calls me, he's screaming on me, and I'm like, whoa, hey man, what's going on? I don't even understand what your problem is. He's like, and I laughed, and he's like, are you getting hostile with me? And I realized what was going on. Oh, this dude is racist. Hey, racist, man, nothing you do is appropriate. Right. Or you're supposed to bow your head and just look up like a dog or something. They don't want anything's going to lead to them flipping out on you. So I noticed that. So I used my little language game on him. Oh, hey, let's reset. My apologies. There's a misunderstanding. I'm here to rectify that any way necessary. He slows down, and I tell him, okay, well, look, you give me this amount of time, and I'll have all that done. It doesn't make sense what you're saying. I didn't say that to him. I'm like, I'll have it done. So after that, I leave and go home. And at first I'm very upset. And then I caught myself. And I'm like, wait, let me try this. Let me stop putting together all these wild situations happening with this man. And I started picturing this man. The first thing I did was, I got to get away from him. I need some time where Me and this man did not interact. I started visualizing just working around the job and he wasn't there, right? I come into work that next day after doing so, and everybody's happy. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, didn't you hear? Dan took his vacation. He's gone for 2 weeks. What? That I knew it was magic then. Okay, I did it. So the next thing I did was he's going to give me a big bonus. He's going to fist bump me and tell me I'm doing a great job. On my birthday, I come in. He tells me, you did a great job. I'm impressed. I'm giving you a bonus. Oh, and I heard it's your birthday. Here's a gift card that they give out people. You know how they give those cards out, like $20 to $50 to people who go buy a car. He has a stack of those in his desk. So he gives me one of those and he's like, yeah, buy yourself something nice. I walk out the office and ever since then, I'm like, no, this is real. I don't get sick. I don't get anything. The only time I get sick is when my mind gets bombarded and I allow myself to buy into the script that is called Talib. And I share this because it's true. Anyone can do it. You'll do it. The key is don't talk yourself out of it. Don't make yourself put things together like, oh, that was going to happen anyway. Oh, that could have happened. Oh, well, that's just, by chance. That was a coincidence. Oh, I just got lucky. No. If you use this properly, like I'm showing you, and you bring something about to yourself, the moment you accept it and know you did it, it becomes easier and easier and easier to do. And you can heal yourself from any illnesses. You can work with your doctors. I would never tell nobody to not go to their doctor or the Western medicine as far as it has come. I am going to tell you, you can heal yourself in many ways. You can assist that medication in ways you didn't even know was possible just by releasing and letting go these things that we're holding on to that we feel we have to have these answers to. And that's it.
Wow. That was great, Talib.
Thank you, Wednesday. You're great. I'm so glad you called in. I do a meditation for you every day. I want you to know that.
Say that again. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
I do a meditation for you every day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
So if you feel an interesting presence you haven't been able to explain, and now you know, yes, we're working this out together.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I was going to say, what was the message, M.Reck? You left me.
Oh, just basically that the show was going on an hour from the time that I text you. It was like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, because you guys are an hour ahead of me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told you I always check. I just wait and I wait, and I just like, oh, I'm gonna come back. I know it's gonna be on. And I have my kids look too and tell me, is M.Reck coming on today? Is it live? It's coming on. And I just watch. I'm a YouTube queen. I love YouTube. But thank you guys. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Not a problem. If you can text me an email or a way I can, give you a heads up.
Yeah, text me. Okay. Yeah. I was getting my my new phone, so I'm gonna put that on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get that, definitely text the 310-598-2974 number. So this way I can give you a heads up, every time that the show is about to come on. Or the day, or the day and the time that the show is gonna come on.
Okay.
Okay.
I thank you guys. Thank you
you're
for
welcome.
thinking of me.
Not a problem.
Love is love. I love you guys.
Love
I love you, M.Reck. Love you, Talib.
Love you,
I
Wednesday.
love you too, Wednesday. You have a wonderful evening, and I'm gonna speak to you soon again, and we're gonna see each other.
Oh yeah, I know you're in Cali, right? You're in Cali.
No, I'm in Vegas.
Oh, you're in Vegas. Oh, I don't know why I keep thinking you were in California. I guess because of the movies. Oh, okay.
Well, we're only 4 hours, 3.5 actually, if you're driving like a regular person.
From Illinois?
No, from California.
Oh, I would say I was from Illinois. I think it's way farther than that.
Yeah, it's like a 2-day drive. If you was driving, it's only like 2 days. It's nothing. I've drove across country so many times. Like, an 18-hour drive to me, that's nothing. I could do 24 hours and nothing. I've driven box cars, all that stuff. It doesn't matter.
Oh, wow. But I really appreciate you guys, and the
Not a
show is
problem.
wonderful. Just want to tell you guys.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Thank you.
You guys giving us
Wednesday.
that food, and we're eating it up. Thank you.
You're welcome. Appreciate you.
Appreciate
All right.
you.
Have a great night.
You too, guys. Bye-bye.
All right, peace. Shouts to Wednesday.
She sounds great, man.
Yes.
So amazing how wonderful
Amazing.
she sounds.
Yes, she sounds amazing, man.
Man, I'm
Love
sorry. It makes me giddy, bro. It makes me feel real, like, I feel good on the inside. It makes me feel amazing. I love it.
Likewise, good brother. Likewise. Yeah, they've been calling, so let me get to 615 755. About to call you now. Please pick up and mute your audio.
Shouts to SJ. SJ is so awesome, man. I remember
Shouts to SJ. Facts.
he's so amazing, man. He's the most amazing person on here, yo. I love SJ, yo.
Likewise.
Hello.
Peace.
Shit, this M.Reck.
Yeah. Just be easy on the cursing, good brother.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna hit me back.
Yeah,
Nah, Talib, man, he got off on the last run, man. He really answered what I was inquiring about. But it seemed like the tone, like from the past couple people I listened to, it's like this hive mind consciousness type scenario is what I'm getting.
Okay.
Like we all manifesting what's going on now, and everybody got all these questions like, so what's your esoteric outlook on this and this and that? But if we all the same, we all creating this thing, and then the they, it's a lot of they. They are in control of the construct of this and that. So that would mean the majority potentially of this hive consciousness we got going type stuff. Whoever they are controlling the whole thing because they don't want the imagination of the many to run. That's what I really was gonna ask Talib.
Well, I can tell you who the they are if you like to get rid of the they and stop having them as some sort of pronoun.
Yeah, like sometimes the whole they,
they are what you call pendulum.
Blame white folk or whatever.
Those are just vehicles of they.
Right.
That is not the masters, as films call them. No. Okay. They are pendulums. Pendulums exist in the ethereal realm, or what you would call the information realm, the spirit realm, right? Or whatever other cosmic name we like to give what we call dark energy or dark matter, right? Pendulums are formed from collective thinking. Collective thinking forms information structures that become what is known as entities that have only one purpose: to draw in as many followers and consume as much energy and be the predominant pendulum. Now, here is an example of a pendulum we can all understand. Sports. Sports is a pendulum. The owners and the guys behind the sports, they are just vessels, tools of these pendulums, right? And what is the overall goal of sports other than to entertain? It is tribalism, correct? Are you with me? I'm sorry, I don't know if I can be heard.
Yeah. You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
I'm still with you.
Okay, so it's tribalism. You see what I'm saying? Meaning my team is the best and you should go with my team, right? This is an example of pendulums bringing in followers. These followers then bring more followers to have more energy absorbed. Now, if you just try to leave a pendulum, there can be repercussions and destructive acts that can happen to you, right? But if you stop the flow of a pendulum, then you can easily walk away from a pendulum, right? And how do we stop the flow of a pendulum? Pendulums exist on us by scripts. They put scripts on us, right? Your character you play. And if ever you want to see how you live in a matrix, the next time you are in a scripted event, going to work, dealing with someone you normally deal with, and you're giving one of your scripted responses, getting upset, maybe, things of this nature, do the exact opposite in that moment. Don't do anything you normally would do. Anything you normally do is called scripted. So in that moment, if you change in that moment and don't do, you'll watch the matrix glitch. You'll watch the individual freeze. You'll watch them do something that they shouldn't do. You will see the Truman Show for yourself. There's a book on it called Transurfing, which is truly a great book. You should probably look into it and read it, because it's the only book that's not going to give you any perspective from it being one man or one group of entities or anything of that nature, and giving it to you in a state in which I think everyone will easily be able to understand where this manifestation and creation actually comes in. Because most people think when they're manifesting or creating something, they're coming up with something out of thin air. And that's not the case. Remember, outside of the third dimension, if you were in, say, the fourth or fifth dimension, as some people claim to be in, which they are not, you would see time like a plate, right? And there would be dots on these plates everywhere, infinite amount of dots. And each one of these dots would be a series of people, you, let's just say you in particular, with every possible outcome, everything you could have done, everything you could have possibly ever thought to be is already existing in one of these points. You are awareness. You are awareness. So anytime you take your focal point from one point to another point, that becomes your reality. Well, how will I do that? How can you do that? That is simple. You come with a set of thoughts in this reality. And that's your script. Well, let's ask about millionaire version of you. If I was to ask you to use your imagination and imagine you being a millionaire, would you mean to tell me you couldn't imagine that?
I already did.
You already seen it. You know why? Because it already exists. And you know what keeps you from being there? You're not aware of it. You are trying to observe it from outside of it. How do I become aware of something? By experiencing it. How do I experience it? By embodying the feelings and emotions of my millionaire self. How does millionaire you start his day off? Let me ask you that. Let's bring him closer to this reality right now. And I'm going to show you, we're going to get you there. You're going to call back. Okay? I'm going to get you there right now. I want you to bring up, let me show you how to do this right now. Bring up, if you can, in this moment, since we're talking about that, can you welcome and allow yourself to just let millionaire you in? All the thoughts, feelings, sensations, and emotions that come with it. Can you welcome it?
I already have.
Good. Now, I'll ask you this. Because I'm going to tell you what we're doing is, when I ask you these things, and you speak to me.
Not to cut you off, Talib, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I've been listening for a few hours, well, maybe an hour or so, and the past couple guys, like younger guys like me, I'm 27 myself, and I can even hear it because I'm an emotional person. I can even hear it in the voice, like the inflection, like when you're asking people, can you allow this? I feel like, because even me, listen to these other scenarios, and I'm hearing, they like, I can't, but can you? Because if we are all manifesting this hellscape, like you was talking about earlier, but we're asking each other, can you really let go? Can you, Okay, I
Can
want to
you
get
bring yourself to your awareness? Can you bring yourself to your awareness, to you, the awareness, and separate yourself from the character, right?
what you're currently playing now, which is the script.
Now, what you have to realize is the moment you say, yes, I can let it go, there's things that psychologically begin to occur in you that starts dissolving. You see what I'm saying? And that's the key there. Once that starts dissolving and you go, wait, yeah, I do feel this sense of peace, or I do feel, that's where the answers start coming in. That's when you start hearing the voice in your head, that's your intuition. Right? And what I want us to learn is how to get past thinking and get to who we are. Thinking as a part of playing this role, but you don't need to think. Not on those things. All you need to do, you're a creator. See, when you bring your awareness to that, and that means you can let go of all of that, because why do you need to hold on to that which you create? For you have the power to create. You see, and when
growing up, like I said, I'm 27. I pulled this I have a certain, I can pull undertone out of a lot of these these movies, like Hollywood stuff, right? Marvel particularly, right? Like I'm a big Marvel fan or whatever. But
me too, my friend. Me too.
Go ahead.
I said me too. I was just agreeing with you. I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah. So like as these movies and TV series are rolling out, they're aligned with the agendas. You know, you could be alt right, alt left, whatever. But I've noticed the trend in you got Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War, just for example. And if you really look at these movies and the times that we're in, it's almost like not even almost. It's as if it's a projection of the future or a tale of the present. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I understand exactly what you said.
Yeah. So like this whole right now we're in this multiversal phase, and you got a lot of everyone wants to be woke now. Well, I don't even like to use that phrase because it's been bastardized now, almost like Black Lives Matter or whatever.
Facts.
I don't know if I'm saying trigger words, but you see what I'm saying.
No, you're in a safe place, my friend, and the language you're using right now is only a representation of what you're attempting to express, and it has no malice attached to it.
Yeah.
Please continue your point. I'd like to let you finish your point.
I'm just rambling. I kind of lost my piece, but basically, I've noticed certain things within these TV series and these,
Well, I can give you a little insight on that.
We all know it's programming, right? So
well, let me give you an insight on that. See, the reason they give you future events is because they're priming your mind to create the future.
Exactly. They need you to help manifest this.
Okay? They need you. They don't have any power. They never took our power away from us. And we are the power.
And about the awareness.
Right? But if you are constantly watching movies, constantly absorbing entertainment, constantly playing video games, constantly doing everything that someone else has created, then when are you creating anything for yourself?
Exactly.
That's see what I'm saying?
Really my whole question.
Right? And this is why I'm saying, okay, some of these things we have to learn to let it go, because the answer is there. You're not going to see the answer the way you're trying to observe the answer. You see what I'm saying? Your mind is never going to stop doing what it's designed to do. So you cannot outthink your mind. That's just not possible, because the way it is designed and the way you interact with it. This is why every now and then you must separate yourself from these things and observe and be the purveyor of the mind. You must use the mind. You see what I'm saying?
I'm seeing in the comments, yeah, Stranger Things did that too. Yeah, it's a Netflix show here.
Yeah, and that's all the Montauk. That's the Montauk project. Let me tell you something about Hollywood, okay? I'm gonna tell you something, all right? And I know because I work with people who worked on Marvel films. You know what I'm saying? I worked with the director from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I worked with mad people before, man. I've worked with a lot of people, and let me tell you, I got there from hard work. And moving in a certain way because they didn't want me there, okay? And I was there. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? Where do you think all this money is coming from? Every year, Hollywood has this big meeting with the big execs, these big people. They give out money to these studios to produce these films. Okay? Not one of these films is me or you coming up with some movie and we got people to, and we go to them and they like, we love it, we'll put it out. That's not how this is working. Nobody working on that movie because there's 1,500 people on any given what you consider blockbuster film at any given one time through multiple locations in multiple states. Nobody is aware because once you get to the editing, 90% of the movie is on the chopping room floor.
Yeah.
So they dictated that movie to have the exact message in it. And they've gotten so bad at it now that they rather substitute straight propaganda in your face opposed to what you would call a cohesive script.
Mm-hmm.
They don't end movies anymore. Do you know why? Because there's too much money in sequels, spinoffs.
Too much.
So guess what? When they make a movie now, they make a movie open-ended. Did you know you don't get to see any movie that wasn't observed by a group of film testers that decided if that movie should end it that way? I didn't like that ending. It was terrible. I did. But you think those people are just random, or you think those people are paid?
Hey, man, we know because
there you go. The Oscars. Do you think? Let me tell you another thing. The Oscars. You know how people get nominated for an Oscar? You know how they get nominated for an Oscar, sir? Do you? They pay for it. There's an application you could put in right now, your damn self. Nothing.
All those times I wonder when those people say, yeah, I don't entertain the Oscars, whatever. I always kind of had a feeling, I wonder, maybe you couldn't afford it. Or you know, or you didn't.
When you hear that someone told them to stay in their lane. It's either one or two things. They was told to stay in their lane, or that's a ball game they're not trying to play in. Let me tell you, every actor out there is not trying to win an Oscar. That's a fact. That's why you have supporting cast members. Some of those people like playing supporting cast. They're not like the people they portray in the films. A lot of these people are clueless, man. They're just regular good people. They not even half the stuff that this type, none of us listen. They don't know none of this. A lot of them don't know none of this. I swear to you, if they heard this, they would all jaw would be on the floor. We have a total misconception because they painted an image. They told us that California was burning 7 years ago. They showed us images of one area, and you got in your mind that all of California was burnt.
Sure did.
Not true. Most people don't know how big California is. It's huge. Like, it's the second biggest state here, man. So a lot of our conceptions, like especially with the Marvel stuff, remember, it's all, I told you, there is a shift in consciousness occurring. It's cosmic. It's a shift. You see what I'm saying? They can't stop what's happening, but what can they do if they can't stop it? They can redirect it, right? They can redirect it. So they can take very important and very transformative topics and philosophies, and then they can make them toxic, couldn't they? Yeah. And that would what? Make people think they were doing the right thing while they were being complete and utter trash human beings. They'd have no knowledge of it. In their eyes, they would be doing totally good. Because they do yoga and they stretch and they don't eat animals. Yet and still, they let everything fall. It's interesting how most vegans are overweight.
Yeah, that's facts too.
You see what I'm saying?
Really?
It's nothing, has nothing to do with your diet. It's already been proven by science. This is all science, neuroscience. Science can't even deny it anymore. Physics, literally in the last 3 months, they rewrote physics completely, found 3 new particles. That was before they cut the machine off. Because they never cut the machine off. That machine's been on since 2012. They just got the machine up to 14 tera electron volts per tube. That's a total of 28 tera electron volts. This is 100 times the magnetic field of the Earth.
You're talking about CERN now, right?
Yeah, it's all connected. CERN is in America. What are you talking about? There's the big CERN and there's the CERN in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
There are several particle colliders around the Earth. You have the internet today because of them. It was too much data. So the World Wide Web was used through universities, mostly physics labs, to translate the data of smashing millions of particles together and creating new particles. They're not creating new particles, they're discovering them, supposedly.
Yeah.
The relevancy of all of this I'm saying to you is that this is a mental universe. And we keep dancing with ourselves with it being a physical one and a mental one. But it is a total mental universe, and you are pushing out the physical reality.
So let me ask you this, right? Because I told you I'm a Marvel buff, right? I'm sure it's a few inquiring minds in here, maybe. I don't know. But all right. So now we ended Loki, right? We had a little TV series on Disney Plus with Loki. You have Immortus, right, which is a variant of Kang the Conqueror, right? And they decided to pick a black actor for this character.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's for a reason, because he's sitting at the edge of time. So you have basically what they would call in the Marvel universe a sacred timeline, and Immortus is sitting at the end of time. Black, African American, whatever you want to classify him as. I forget his name, the Majors guy, Jonathan.
Yeah, they did that. That was the reason that they're doing that. Is one is they want to see that works on 2 scales, right? You looking at it like, yeah. Also, it looks at it, and he is also the what? Villain.
The bad guy. You see?
He's not just the bad guy. He's the Thanos.
Yeah, the new Thanos is this guy at the edge of time.
No. This guy who is throughout time, not at the edge of time. Immortus is just one of the weaker versions of Kang, man. He was the one that was tired of everything. He was the one that was approached by the council and them. Oh man, what is their name? I don't want to misquote their name if there's any true comic book people out here. But
you want to. I don't want to mess M.Reck up though, because I know you got other callers. But yeah.
I want if this is how this message resonates with you, then this is the direction we go. Because I'm totally prepared and knowledgeable on that direction. And if you get it that way, and it allows you to open up to the greater you that I know exists and you know exists, the millionaire we both know is there, then what harm has it done?
Right.
So you feel where I'm coming from, though, right? With what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all we were trying to get to.
Yeah, because we're speaking on the film industry, and it's just the direction that they've been going the past few years is interesting.
It's expansion of consciousness. It's everything I'm telling you. They're just showing it to you in a way that makes it something that you don't believe you can do.
And it makes me wonder if it's not. It makes me wonder. I know it's not for me. So, we got these new generation coming in, because I have a child myself. So maybe it's the programming for this next generation.
Maybe it's time for us to stop trying to figure that out and start knowing what we want, because we are the creators. And if we can create, and we are the creators, then we should give our attention to our creation. And the moment you take power from them, It's like Nightmare on Elm Street. Remember how the first one, how she defeated him? She didn't defeat him with all those traps she made. She defeated him when she turned her back on him.
Yeah.
He was killing everyone. The one person who turned their back on him made him disappear. He couldn't exist without what?
Fair.
Do you understand? Do you understand? Hollywood's been telling you the answers in your face. If you want to know, one of the earliest films they told you how to make your world was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And he sang a song about it called Pure Imagination. And if nobody believes it, go download the song and listen to the lyrics.
And whose song is this? You said again?
And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, there is a song called Pure Imagination.
In the world of pure imagination. Hey, I remember that. Yeah.
And look what it did. It made you smile.
Yeah,
It
I
made you
smile
feel
like,
good.
hey, it sure. Hey, hold on, I'm gonna have to play that back.
Okay?
Sorry, yeah.
And then break down the lyrics, bro. Break down the lyrics. And then tell me he wasn't decoding life to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of putting on drill music in the morning or any of the other stuff, just try waking up to pure imagination and see what happens with your day.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know, I've already noticed a change in just my how can I say it, like my general reality, like let's say like this field around me, right? That could be immediate family work, you know, inside of that scripted character I've been playing, right? The 9 to 5 dude. I've been listening to like jazz, like different, like the BPM and the frequencies a whole different. I've even played it at work. I'm seeing how it's affecting the people around though.
There you go. Because it's having an effect on you.
Yep.
And if you're the dominant creator in your situation, you will push out the reality.
Yep.
So notice when you're irritated, how people around you begin to do irritating things.
Mm-hmm.
But when you feeling good, the things that normally would irritate you don't even hit your radar.
Nope.
That's an example of how much power you have that you're already using. And if you just lay into that, let it come up, welcome it, and let it go, you'll hit your divinity. You'll become clear. I'm not asking nobody to not understand or expect or know what's in the world. I'm saying if for the practice, if you could let these things go, you're going to find your answers. Because they're going to lead to inspired action. I know, I'm telling you, at least 7 people here who did the goals thing earlier, they done already got inspired on certain goals. And by the next time I speak, there are going to be several people that call in about how it caused them to do certain things. Because this is something, there's things you can let go right now, and there's things you're going to need to work on to let go. The point is, the moment you start letting these things go, you'll get out of your own way. You are God. You are the divine. You are the observer. You are the awareness. You are the progenitor and the creator of what you're calling reality. You dictate reality. Science says that nothing's actually touching. Then why do it hurt when I run into a wall? You see what I'm saying? Our belief systems and how we have tied ourselves to a reality, but we did that. So we have the ability to shift it and change it any way we want. Just stop watching TV for a week. Make sure anything you put on has to do with your mental well-being and your mental health, or some sort of binaural beat. Make all of everything you watch for just one week. Just 1 week. Everything to better you. And watch what happens.
Hey, Talib, you just here you go. Maybe this for the chat. A couple in the chat. This will be my last one because I know M.Reck got a couple. But like what you just said, here's an example. can you let M.Reck and I'm not trying to dump on I promise I'm not trying to dump on the live because we're going to keep it pumping. But it's things like this that matter. Like, I enjoy these type of conversations, lives, whatever. But can you let these type of things go? Not forever, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, people are catching on and wanting to use it. It works. It literally, next time when you get off this call, anything that come up, regardless of it is, just try to practice. You could do this to yourself. Can I welcome it? Can I let all the feelings and pictures and images and everything that accompany with it in? And let yourself feel it and say, can I let it go? And answer from your heart, not your mind, but your heart. Your heart might say, nah, not really. That's okay. Go back to the feeling again, welcome it again, and ask again, and watch what happens. Each time you'll be like, maybe, yeah, all right. Do it again. Yes. Oh, would you? Yes. When? Now. And do it again, and then watch and then you'll see. It'll be gone. You might be only do it once. You might need to do it 3 or 4 times. But regardless, that's faster than anything anybody's telling people to do.
Bro, look, last time I listened to M.Reck was when he had, what was her name? I forget her name. Y'all know her. I know the chat now. I forget her name. Lean. He used to have her on the regular. It's been a while. Like, that's just it. Sometimes you have to, you got stuff going on. You're trying to work on your, I don't want to say reality, but your awareness, right? So you step back from certain things. I had to step back. I had to leave YouTube alone, social media, and all of that because I was having a sensory overload because it's too many whys and no answers.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole, especially if you go down conspiracy theories. You'll be down there, man. It'll be 36 hours later.
There they go. Yeah, they chiming in. They know. Yeah, Amina. That's what it was. Yeah.
You know?
I was like,
but they're not answers, bro. They're not going to, they just create more questions and they create more dilemma and they make you feel more hopeless. See, when you let go, then you get back to your awareness that you are the creator and there's an answer there. You already have the answer. You don't have to find or create an answer. The answer's already in you, right? So sometimes, a lot of times it's best to learn in the moment to let something go. We're talking about inside psychologically with the emotional state you're feeling. You see what I'm saying? So you can dissolve that wanting to hold on, because that's why I asked, is it connected to approval, control, security, separation, or oneness? Because those are what those things are usually connected to. We either want someone's approval, right? We either feel like someone doesn't approve of us, so we have to do things to get approval, right? We have control. You want to be, when you want to be in control of situations, sometimes we want, because it's always push-pull, sometimes we want others to be in control. You see what I'm saying? There's security, right? You want to feel like your life is secure, that you are secure, that you're able to do things without the stress and the worry of things going wrong, right?
Right.
Separation, right? You may feel isolated, alone, like you're different from everyone else. So that's why your life always goes a certain way. Or the difference in you is what makes you so much better than everyone. Either way, it's separation and oneness. That goes into relationships. A lot of times when we have problems with the people we love, it's really because we just want to be one with them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when you go in there and you ask yourself, is it connected to that? Which one? Yourself will tell you immediately. And then you ask yourself if you can let it go. And would you let it go? And when? You just did it right now.
Yep.
And it works.
Everybody can do it. It's just a matter of how hard, like, because I'm a victim of it still. Like right now, I trade stocks, crypto, whatever like that. That's part of the monetary system. Majority of people are subscribed to this because that's just how it is. But that's what's been manifested. So that's why you got a whole lot of scrambled minds trying to like why all these whys. But
There's
like
a
you
whole lot of everything. You believe that the world is abundant?
said what?
Do you believe in abundance? That everything is infinite, that it's abundant, that there's abundance
Oh
of
yeah,
everything.
for sure.
Okay, so wouldn't there also be an abundance of people who are aware, enlightened, and focused and driven and working as a collective for the betterment of humanity? Did you know there's a project right now with more than 1 billion people in it, started by this dude named uh, Sarah Guru, that they've already powered like 1,000 villages across the world, and this is all out of just love. See, it's what you bring your attention to. Look what your focus is on. It's your awareness, right? Because if it's abundant, then
Man,
you're looking into a direction where you're going to see an infinite direction. Do you see what I'm saying?
yeah, no, for
Right?
sure.
So now, what's to stop your imagination from saying a different thing and seeing a different thing? Nothing, right?
Man, hey, hey man. You know. Nah, I enjoy the bills for sure though. M.Reck too, man. I don't want to take up too much time. I know you probably got other calls and
Not a
stuff like
problem,
that.
good brother. Appreciate you, man. You know, you're
Yeah,
welcome. Love is love.
I've been around from years. I just be popping in and out, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, no doubt. What's your handle? I'm gonna save your contacts.
Pearlington Way.
Oh, okay. I think you sent the super chat
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It was
appreciate that. Yeah. Nah, it's all good.
a dollar to holler, you know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I appreciate you sharing your insight. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm working on it. We
Appreciate
ain't
you,
done
good
yet.
brother. Thank you. Yeah, you have a great
Yeah.
night, good brother.
All right, man. I'll be in there.
All right. Salute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing, man.
I think that was great, man. I mean,
Yeah.
first of all, he was a young brother. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? His perspective was most important of all.
Correct.
You know, and like I told that dude that time, do you talk to the young people? They're intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
They have thoughts.
Now he was very intelligent.
You know, and most importantly, you know, like I said, it's about we want to reach all the people, especially the younger, the better.
Correct.
You know, but the older, the better. It's infinite in both directions. So as long as we get the people will spread itself. It's a seed that is being planted. It's time for us to stop having people try to lead us. We don't need a leader. When a leader comes for us, it will be in a collective choice where we are all in a point where we're capable of being a leader ourselves, but we choose to do this. You see what I'm saying? That's a different position because everyone here has the power to be the leader, the insight to be the leader, the intelligence to be the leader, the wisdom and discernment to be the leader.
Correct.
You know, and if we keep looking for somebody else to do it for us, then we're not going to take responsibility. And taking responsibility has nothing to do with morality. It has to do with ownership of your power. That's what responsibility means, owning your power.
Yes, sir. You want to take another call?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right.
How you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Let me see. Can't even see the missed calls. So let me do this. Hold on. Yeah, it's not showing me the missed calls. Let me see. You know what? I'm gonna call Jose. He did call too. See what he got to say. Hopefully he's serious.
Or he's who he is, and I'm sure he will bring himself to the table.
Yo.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's happening, good brother?
Nothing. I was just checking Talib out. He's spending a lot of good knowledge. I'm listening to him, and it's amazing how he was able to go deeper into his mind and understand how mind control really works. And that's amazing, man. I'm listening to him, and I'm getting knowledge myself.
That's
This
what's
the
up.
first time I done really checked y'all out, you know?
That's what's up.
Well, I feel like I know you, man. I hear you all the time.
Yeah. You know, I ask wild, but it's deeper than that. And it's just certain things that you can hear that you can really understand that you have to be at a certain place in your life where you really able to put all of this at use. You know what I'm saying? When you don't got so many things going on in your mind, like you worried about this, you worried about that, you worried about this.
Actually, this is the best time to do those things. Very seldomly are you going to ever find your mind not active, right? And anyone who's ever even hit that particular point and made a change did it while their mind was still active, right? And what this will do is bring clarity to the mind, right? And allow you to get answers, one, and to create a different harmony in the rhythmic procession of the brain, which is vital because they hook that, that's what, if you want to, you have to do an electrocephalograph if you want to read someone's brainwaves, right? Because the brain is actually giving off energy. It's cycling, right? So many beats per second, right? And that is what's creating the frequency relative to your experience, right? And you can actually alter that procession in the brain, right? And that's just one way to look at it. I mean, a more simpler form is that the human mind is like gum, bro. It's like glue, right? So the more you try to think about letting something go or dealing with something, right, and actually trying to solve it, the more that becomes a glue in your mind, right? So the more you try to think about something and change it, right, the more you'll get of it. Because the subconscious.
Hold on. Break that down. The more, say that again.
For example, a person who says, I'm going to quit smoking. I'm going to quit. I got to quit smoking. I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit smoking. Right? And they sit there and they ponder and they do all these thinking mechanisms that they go through. Right? If you ever tried to quit something, you know what I'm speaking about. Right? And you tell yourself all these stories, and then what ends up happening? Some situation occurs, some sort of thing that emotionally resonates with you, makes you go, well, I can have one now. I need one now. But it's so bad right now that I got to indulge in this thing. And then you're back to square one, trying to figure it out. Because let me tell you something. Solving your problems is preparing to deal with them again. Whenever you're trying to figure out a problem, you're actually preparing to deal with it again.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you think people, let me see, well, why do people become successful and then they set themselves up to fail?
Because you'll never be more successful than you believe you deserve. You'll never have more than you believe you deserve. You'll never be more than you believe you deserve.
What is it called when you sacrifice your what is it called? It's called something when you really just do yourself in. What is it called? I'm trying to think of a word. You set yourself up for failure.
Self-sabotage. It's called self-sabotage.
Right. Now, why do you think people
And that's called ego. See, most people don't know what the ego does. What is the purpose of the ego? Right? The ego is there to keep you safe, to keep the identity safe, doesn't want you to get hurt, right? So a lot of us from the ages of say 2 to 7 had experienced something traumatic in our childhood that we've never let go of. That is still playing, right? So the ego, let's say you wanted to be a singer or you wanted to make music, but something happened where you didn't, maybe you didn't practice enough, or you did something to where you had a bad performance and people judged you for it, right? So now your ego goes, well, we can't do that again. So even if you still like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to go try to make it. Every time you go out and every time you get to a point where you think you're going to make it, you will find that something will happen. Some deal will fall through. Something won't go through. And you'll find yourself right back in the comfort zone, because that's where the ego wants to keep you. See, and what you have to understand about comfort has nothing to do with luxury. Comfort has to do with familiarity. So you have to realize that in comfort, you can find comfort in suffering. Some people have become comfortable in their suffering because they know they're suffering. They know what to expect. Right? This still comes from fear. Now, people think fear is a word. It is an acronym. It is not a word. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. And this is what the mind produces. And this is why I'm offering a method to let go of the mind trying to solve your problem and allowing yourself to know you have the answer and allowing it to be. And you will either have inspired action, you will hear your intuition speaking to you clearly, okay? Or doors will you may get a phone call, some random event will occur of variables you could not foresee that leads you to what you want. Because you are not in control of this world through your physical actions.
Okay, let me ask you this. Why do they say when you become successful, that's when the devil start attacking you the most?
Because most people don't believe it's a dual thing. Remember, people have this duality about them. This is the mind, right? We have this morality code, right and wrong. That's something we have to begin to dissolve. Okay, and we will begin to see that a lot of the things we are attaching right and wrong to don't play a part in that, and therefore we're jamming ourselves up, right? And we're making a lot of decisions and sending ourselves on courses we don't necessarily have to go down. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm still being heard, because I don't hear. Hey, M.Reck, you still there? Okay, I can't. I just want everyone to know that for me, everything went quiet, so I don't hear anything.
I can hear you.
I can hear him too.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. That's why I was checking in.
This was the question. It's easy to become successful, but why is it so hard to maintain it?
Because the mind, you will never let you be more successful than you deserve. And it's a dual thing. See, most people believe that they can't be a good person and have money, right? Because a lot of people believe money is the root of all evil, correct?
Right.
Right? Right? You've had lottery winners win the lottery and then blow the money and say, well, and went back to their old life and was like, I'm much happier. When I had the money, I was miserable. People was always asking me for things. I couldn't deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's the deserving in the person's mind. They felt more comfortable, or they felt as if they deserved to be in a lower status. They didn't feel like they deserved that. Right? Well, what happens is you always get what you want. You see what I'm saying? So you can always get success, right? Because you're always imagining yourself having your desires, correct? So
right.
Life is always putting you on a path to achieve those things you're imagining. But you're never going to go beyond the point of your deservingness, your self-love. If you don't understand, let me tell you, do you know the odds of you being born?
No, never.
1 to 4 trillion. 1 to 4 trillion.
Right.
You got better odds for everything, encountering everything else on this earth than being born. Let that sink in, because that tells you you deserve everything that's here. Do you understand that?
Right. Yeah.
So we have to get over the sense of not deserving. It's a lack of self-love. It's a lack of, remember, we have built-in mentalities from our parents, right? These poverty mindsets come from our parents. When we was little, money don't grow on trees. You can't be drinking 4 sodas. We ain't got money like that. Soda's a special thing. You can't go here. You can't go there. I ain't got the money for that. You know what this take? You know what I got to do? You know what I got to deal with every time I go to work? Do you understand what that puts into a child mind about what they think they can have?
Right.
Look, facts. Everything you're saying is facts. Because I always tell people when I build with them, you gotta let go everything you learned, especially from your parents, because they didn't have the information.
No, they did the best they knew how to do.
They learned from their parents that didn't have the information. And then if they did have the information, that information is outdated.
Right.
And then you was in a school system that was a compulsory education system that formed your mind to make you believe you were a secondhand citizen. Okay, now do you see the layered psychology going on here?
Right.
So now you know the answer.
Because I always believe that.
Wait, before you go on, did you get your answer? Did you get your answer?
Yeah, I got my answer. I mean, you fine-tuning what I always thought. I'm just sitting here listening to you fine-tune everything. But one thing I heard you say is you had to work to get the knowledge that you got. It just didn't come to you. And that's important too.
Correct.
You have to work toward what you're trying to get. It just don't come to you.
Correct.
Well, here's the thing. When I said work, it was misinterpreted. So allow me to, first of all, you have to just start allowing things to come to you. You have to start realizing you're pushing the world out. You're not working with your hands to make things happen. That's why every time you go against yourself and you feel miserable and you go out and do things, you fail. You fail. Every time. When you think about, anyone here thinks about their life when they were most successful, they were aligned with their feelings and everything just flowed.
And it's 11:11 right now.
It has to flow. And you have to take inspired action, and we have to stop running around like drones and just doing with a negative mental connection to what we're doing, wanting a positive outcome.
I'm trying to think. So we work, and we still don't get what we want.
You're always getting what you want, though. See, that's the thing. Because you're never going to get more than what you feel you deserve. You see where I'm going?
Correct.
You're never going to get more than you feel you deserve.
That's why you got to change your mindset.
You have a business, correct?
Sometimes you can have those things. Like you can have the houses, the cars.
No, like you said, you don't keep them. You asked me, you began this. Now let's not turn into just to create a debate, because initially you asked why people get success and can't keep it.
Right.
So that clearly shows that nobody's getting anything that they don't feel they deserve and actually having it. They're not, because they can't keep it. And when they get it, they're going through confusion the whole time they have it.
I was trying to get an understanding of, you can have this stuff, but then you feel that you don't really need all this stuff, and you just need to downsize into a little bit, and you're more happy in a little bit than it is when you have a lot of stuff.
Correct.
Well, that wasn't the example that I necessarily was giving, right? See, because that is perspective. Remember, it's all perspective. What is mathematically a little bit in this situation? Can we mathematically define that? Or is that an ambiguous statement? You see what I'm saying? This is how far. Remember, we have to learn to stop wanting to be right. Wanting to be right is what keeps us from seeing that which lies in front of us. If your dream is to be a millionaire and you don't have millions of dollars, you are jamming yourself up. Because $1 million is made up of the same particles as everything else in the world, including your physical body. You have access to all of that. That which you do not access to is that which you are not giving your permission to. Now remember, they have manipulated us to where we do not give ourselves this permission because we don't feel like we deserve it. And this may be coming through victimness. Well, the world won't let me have it. White people keep me from everything.
And once you put that in your mind,
no, the system is against us.
There's another example. Remember, what is a fact? A fact is something you know that you begin to emotionally resonate with, so your mind begins to produce more proof of it. But facts change all the time. The moon is in the Earth's atmosphere. That's a fact. It wasn't 5 years ago. This is only consciousness. It's only what you say it is. You are the one that's putting the moral to it. You're the one that's saying, this is what it has to be. This is what it is. You're the one that's doing that. You can say that about anything. Because remember this, Jose, you are always right. If you was to tell me right now, you've been wrong, I would simply say to you that, aren't you right about that? So the real question becomes, what do you want to be right about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let me go back down in the chat room. I got my lesson for the day.
No doubt, good brother.
Y'all brothers have a good evening.
Nah, you too, good brother. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah. It was another caller that was trying to 760-881, about to call you right now, good brother. You know what I mean? I think Jose got a deep understanding from you building with him, Talib.
He got it. He understands. You know, I know that a lot of times calling, he comedian and joking, but I can hear in his you know, he's a man. Yeah. He's a capable man who takes care of himself and those he loves.
Definitely. And I
so
can
he has thoughts that are worthy, that he even has some thoughts that could help humanity as a whole. We all do.
Correct.
You know, and he called in and had a genuine question. Though he did try to make it debative in nature, it's okay because that's our desire to be right. But once you can see that, it's amazing the changes we can make in that moment and the things they bring into our lives.
Yes, sir.
We don't have nobody talking to us like this. See, I'm gonna tell you right now, everybody else got people talking to them like this. You know how I know this? Because I've listened to them. Okay. The millionaires you think when you think of millionaires, you only think of people you've seen that you've been told about. But I'm gonna tell you, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of millionaires living right here in America. And you ain't seen 1% of them. And most of them, the ones that know this and that's doing it. This is what they know. And this is what they share with their friends and their family. But we don't know this. We getting little pieces and everybody else is chopping it up into buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Mm-hmm. Wait, aren't you going to the people that need it the most though? Aren't we the ones that don't? Is somebody going to give us something? Mm-hmm. And not expect something in return?
Right.
That's all I'd say, man.
Gotcha. We're gonna take one more call, and that'll be it for the show. So I'm gonna shout them out again. So caller 760-881. We call on your line right now. Please have your computer muted or your TV muted and keep it clean.
Please have.
Mute your audio, please.
Hello?
Yeah.
I did. Hello. How you doing, Rick?
What's happening, good brother? I'm good. And yourself?
The first thing I want to say is, man, you're a beautiful person, man, and for you to,
thank you, King.
like you said, like put yourself on the back burner to get the information out, but you still give good information yourself, and you are some that is great in the community of us as being people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to put a color on it.
Definitely, good brother.
Thank you, M.Reck.
No, you're welcome, man. And I thank you. I appreciate you, good brother. But you got a question for Talib?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So I wanted to ask him, when he was talking about, manifesting and doing those things. Yeah, I was a child. Then I grew up, became a man, and all the things I envisioned, always seeing things differently. And I just want to ask him, like, where did that come from? Like, where you could be around 15 people and everybody gonna say they want to be rich, or everybody gonna say they're gonna be successful. But in my heart and my mind, I always knew it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was different. Where do those type of thoughts come from? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I said that was your awareness. You, the awareness, being aware. Right? Okay. And when we're children, right, when we're young, our imaginative ability is great. Children easily imagine things. Remember being a kid and playing with the toys? And about 5 to 10 minutes into playing with those toys, it was all actually happening for you.
Mm-hmm.
You notice children laugh a lot. Kids love to laugh. They wake up laughing. Notice parents be very irritated with it. Right?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So you're somebody that, but that's also a part of separation. That's separation. And that's something you can let go.
Mm-hmm.
Could you right now, in this moment, since we're talking about this, could you welcome all those images, pictures, and sounds that accompany that feeling that you're different from everyone? Can you allow that right now?
Yes.
And can you dig a little deeper and see if it's connected to approval, control, separation, purity, or oneness? It doesn't have to be all, just the best you can. Can you pick one?
What I would pick is
No, you don't have to tell me, but can you pick one? Just pick it in your mind.
Yes, my mind. Okay.
Yes, you pick. Oh, good. Okay. Now, in this moment, right now, right? Best you can, just for now. Could you let it go?
Yes.
Would you let it go?
Definitely.
When?
Right now.
Now go back to that feeling. Let's go back to that feeling, right? And whatever remaining feeling is left and whatever else comes up with it. Right now, can you just welcome in any pictures, images, sounds that and feelings and sensations that accompany it? Can you welcome that right now?
I'm doing it right now while you're talking.
Okay, good. All you have to do is say yes for me. And now, can you go a little deeper into that and tell me if it's connected to approval, control, security, separation, or oneness?
I would say it's more of approval to
Just from one of those. Just let your heart pick one. It's connected to one of them.
yeah,
Just whatever comes up. Yes. So in this moment right now, just for right now, best you can, could you let it go?
yes,
Would you let it go?
I'm letting it go right now.
Good. Go back to those feelings one more time for me. Let's just go back to the top. Anything that's left that you feel, anything else that's connected to it, can you let it and welcome those feelings in right now?
Welcome him in.
Yeah, just whatever you're feeling, can you allow yourself to feel it? Can you let it be right now?
No, yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
Good. Now,
Yeah.
could you let it go?
Yeah,
Would you let it go?
yeah,
When?
right now.
Okay. Do you feel that process? You can do this for yourself as many times with anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And you feel
Yeah.
that sense of calmness, you feel that detachment from that energy. Notice it's a peace there. There's a knowing there. That's you. And remember, underlay all the layers, whenever you have whatever madness going on in front of you, always remember in that moment, right beneath the surface of that, there's you.
Mm-hmm.
And you are.
That's real.
You feel me? You're aware, you're abundant. You are the very driving force of the universe, having an individual experience. At any point, you can separate yourself from this character. And you will get the answers and you can
Well,
change whatever you want.
I don't necessarily play a character. I'm just me. And like, since
If I was writing a script right now,
and I,
your character would be called just me.
okay.
Do you see what I mean by character?
Mm-hmm.
The role you're playing in this life, the role you identify with, the family you have, everything, all of that. None of that is you.
What is me?
You are the awareness, the observer, the one having the experience of you.
But how does that move me forward?
It moves you forth because in that point you realize you have the answers to everything. You have the answers.
How do I have the answers when I feel like I'm unsure or
Well,
not
can you allow and welcome that unsurety in?
my movement?
Can you allow and welcome that insurity in? Can you let it in right now? Can you welcome it?
I'm a welcome in right now.
And in this moment right now, just for now, the best you can, could you let it be?
It could be.
Would you let it be?
Definitely.
When?
Right now. You know, I just always been the type of person that it's kind of like that M.Reck spirit. We look out for everybody, and then sometimes you feel like nobody's looking out for us.
Hold on.
You know, but we don't change who we are. We don't change who we are,
Facts.
even though we feel it. You know what I'm saying? We still continue to show love and provide and create opportunities for other people.
Let me tell you a beautiful reality right now. And this
Sometimes
is
you just want somebody to be there for you. You know what I
hear
mean?
hear me out. This is a story you were telling yourself. I am 100% confident in your life. You have had angels, miracles. People show up. People tell you that they got you. There has been times people have been there for you. I can tell you that M.Reck is a very blessed individual who is constantly looked out in for ways that are bigger than the everyday lookout. The people that are there for him are 150% there for him. The one person is worth 100. See, it's the story we're telling ourselves because it's all abundant. It's an infinite direction in every direction you look in.
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell your story of how you are one of the pivotal lighthouses of the world. And wherever you go, you shine a light and you bring those from darkness into light and guide them. And for it, you are happier and you are serving humanity. And along the way, you are enjoying yourself and you are open to the experience. It's the story we're telling
And I
ourselves.
feel like that is my purpose, because who's ever around me, regardless of how bad or whatever their circumstances, I'm not rich. I ain't on the M.Reck level, but I'm on a good level. I have a great job. I'm in the union. I make great money. I can provide for myself. I provide for my children. I can provide for my mom, my dad, anybody that call me and ask me for anything, I can help. But the thing is that
Let me help you out real quick. I'm gonna give you a psychological hypnosis that's gonna help you.
I want to tap into it.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you. Listen, the first thing I'm gonna give you is the rich man test. Okay, you said I'm not rich. I'm gonna prove to you you are rich. I want you, whenever you think that in the moment, I want you to step into your now moment and ask yourself, what does a rich man have that I don't have? Do you have food? I'm asking you. Do you have food? And of that food, can you eat what you like and what you do? Wait, let me finish. We got to go through this mind thing.
Right now.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Do you eat the food you enjoy?
Yes.
Okay, checklist 1. You have the same thing as rich man has when it comes to food. Do you have money now? Can you buy what you want right now? What you basically want. Do you not have those things? Do you have a car? Is it the car you like to drive? Did you pick this car? Are you living in a home? Does it have amenities that you enjoy? Do you understand where I'm going? You in your moment have everything a rich man has. It is your separation in your mind that you are putting between you and the rich man.
Okay. What I would say is,
so do a checklist every day.
I have more than most people.
No, listen, you have exactly what the rich man has. You have exactly what the rich man has. You have a happy home, you have a family, you have security, you have the capability to take care of yourself, you have the capability to get the amenities that you enjoy. That is what a rich man has. Now, if you want to go into a more technical aspect of what an individual may have that you do not have, then you can create those lists all day. But when it comes to the simplicity of do you both have, then the answer is yes.
Okay.
And when you start doing that checklist with yourself, watch how your world expands. When you start calling yourself the lighthouse who's open to your experiences, watch what happens.
Okay. So another thing I wanted to ask you was, I've been listening to you guys. I've been listening to M.Reck for years now. He's dope as shit. I'm sorry, M.Reck.
Nah, you good. Thank you, King.
What I want to ask you was, not putting no race on it, but I'm a black man, and I always want to put my best foot forward, and always want to do right by my family, right by everybody that's around me. I want everybody to be great, but I want to be great first. I understand that I have to be great first to spread greatness.
The first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to let
it's your heart. You know what I mean?
The only reason I was and I apologize for interrupting you. Let me apologize initially. I don't like to interrupt people. I only wanted to interrupt to catch you where you were at. Okay, and this is vital. And the important thing about this is you have to realize that this world is a story. And what of that story becomes real is that which you believe. Now, what is belief? Belief is emotional energy resonance with what you think you know. That is your belief.
Okay.
Now, you are the purveyor of these things. You can change them by choosing to let things go first. Excuse my dogs. You can change things by choosing to let things go first. Okay? And letting go is the only way to get to the.
What are things that I should let go?
All of it. As much of it as you can. It's jamming you up. It's keeping you in a cycle of thinking about things you'll never get to the answer by thinking about. These are things that you, as the awareness, already have the answer to. It is you, the character, the individual, the identity, okay, that believes the answer must be somewhere around here. Okay. So when you can get out of your own way.
So like my visualizations, you know how you was talking earlier about how you can visualize. I always visualize my life and where I was at and my nice home and my this and that and this and that. Like I have my own place and all that stuff, but I'm blessed to have what I have because some people don't have even what I have, but I always, see myself in a different space somewhere, just, I ain't even gonna limit myself. I mean, just somewhere better. But the thing is, it's not like I'm in a bad place, but it's like, how do I change circumstances and thought process? I know you're saying let it go, but in a literal sense, like how do you, with the world going on, you got to go to work, you got to deal with this, you got to deal with that. In a literal sense, like how do you,
You'll be literally surprised. Listen to me. You're going to be literally surprised how much just changes around you when you begin to let these things go. This is what I'm trying to tell you. It's a mental world. And what you're trying to figure out is how can I physically around me in this 3D space make things different? Right? Because I'm looking at all these things that I've interacted with and all these things that came from somebody building it. So I think I have to build and do something to get it to happen. What you're failing to realize is that you live in the world of the imagination. There isn't a bookshelf, cabinet, television, phone, shoe, road, or article of clothing you're wearing that did not start in someone's imagination, who then had inspired action to do so. Okay. The whole world you're living in is an imagination.
Yeah, I believe everything.
The moment you can accept that and begin to go ahead and just, what I'm saying to you is just try it. Just try to do the releases, right? Just attempt it, right? Give yourself just 3 days of doing it. Just 3 days. I'll give myself 72 hours to try.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time. 3 days of doing what?
Of these releases. All you need to do is ask yourself if you can let whatever is going on. You might want to start with finances. You might want to start with relationships, right? And let those feelings come in. It's going to be easy because I'm 100% positive that there are things throughout your day that lead your thinking in a direction you don't necessarily want it to go in. And whenever that occurs, if you go ahead and do that, you're going to call back laughing, telling me, I can't believe how many things I let go and all these things just started happening. Try it.
Yeah.
And then you'll know that this world's not real. Because if you do that, listen to me, if you do that and it works for you, which it will, I know it will. When you do that, okay, and you give it 100 and you allow yourself to do it, and the world changes around you, in that moment, you're going to recall me telling you, now you see how the world isn't real. Because that happened in your head.
Okay. I kind of know that the world ain't real, and you just a confirmation. The thing is like, you know, I used to do music like M.Reck. M.Reck got dope music. Let me shout that out.
Thank you, King.
But you know, one day, the devil knocked on my door, and I completely, for like 5 years, lost my creativity because I wasn't signing up for that. You know, I believe in, you know, what you're saying and how you can do things. And, you know, and then just lately I was like, I asked myself, I said, what makes you happy? And it's writing music. And so I started writing music again. But I just want to go in a totally different direction.
Okay, wait. You just proved my point how this is going to work for you. You asked yourself what makes you happy, and yourself told you music, and you just started doing it. Now, after you hadn't been doing it all that time, you asked yourself what made you happy, and you immediately started doing it. So what happens when you ask yourself if you can let something go?
I don't know. I've never done it before, but I'm going to do it.
Do you understand why you need to try it?
Exactly.
But you've definitely done it before, because I just gave you an example of you doing it from your own example.
Yes. No, I understand. I understand what you're saying.
So if you could do that with music and say something so simple to yourself, but in a moment of awareness, that it has transformative abilities to take you out of a slump and make you start writing relevant music again, then what's going to happen when you decide to let some things go, man? Woo! You'll be calling back.
It could be beautiful. It could be beautiful. I
It's
got one more.
Beautiful, brother. It's already beautiful, man. You got a beautiful story, my friend. You're going to share it with us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I definitely want to. You know what I'm saying? I got one more thing. It's like, how come maybe I ain't even gonna speak to you. How come negativity in your mind comes faster than the things that you're trying to manifest and things that you want to be
Oh, that's easy. That's super easy. You already know the answer to that too. When I say it, you're gonna be like, "Yeah, I knew that," because you trained for negativity. You have decades of reinforcing negative affirmations in your mind.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's thinking about anything negative about themselves. Everybody wants to.
What do you mean? We do it jokingly. We do it jokingly. We put bad hex on ourselves. We do. You ever heard somebody say, "Oh man, that person make me sick"?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I hear what you're saying, but I normally don't even think that way. You know, nobody makes me sick. No, I don't.
Remember, it's an example. It wasn't for you particularly, or say, but you've heard someone say things like this. We've all heard people say
I ain't heard nobody say nothing like that. I don't particularly, me personally. I'm the one that protects the person being bullied. I'm the one that is there for the person that, you know, is going through things. I could watch a TV show and it's heartfelt. I'll let tears flow down my eyes because I feel like as a man, you can't just be hard. Sometimes you got to be soft. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance in your life. I balance my life. Even if I'm with a chick or whatever, I'll still cry if that connects to me emotionally.
Okay, well, you see, this goes back. Wait, hold, let me say something there. This goes back to me talking about the what? Approval, control, separation, right? Security, oneness. See, that's control.
Mm-hmm.
What you're speaking is from a place of control. So I asked you, can you let that control go?
Yes, I can let it go, but I just want to know, where does it go after I let it go?
What do you care? Are you planning on it coming back? Are you planning on it coming back? See, this is what we have conditioned ourselves for problems. We have worked ourselves into a state of always wanting to figure out problems, not realizing we're only preparing to deal with them again. You don't want problems. You want to release a problem. You don't want a problem. You should stop even using words like want. Use words like open.
Yes, right. You're right. You're right.
You see what I'm saying? You have to realize the world's a story, and listen to the story about yourself you're emotionally resonating with.
Let me interject real quick. I'm gonna make it
No,
simple.
no, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, M.Reck, because he's having a breakthrough right now, and this is important because everybody I speak to, I just want them to get the answers they're looking for, and sometimes it has to go through certain levels for the breakthrough to happen. But the breakthrough's there. You get what I'm saying, man?
Mm-hmm.
Right? You got to rewrite your story. Your past, all of that is a story now. It's something that's just data. You get to do with it whatever you choose. Now, you're never going to be more successful than your past. The story of your past you give yourself. Your future lies within it. So you need to rewrite that. You make yourself a superhero. Turn every failure into a success in your mind.
And how do I create that in my mind? Because my mind is always thinking about the failure.
Well, that's good. This is why we do the let it go process. You want to try it right now? Are you open to trying it right now, letting go of this failure?
I'm open to trying it right now. Let's do it.
So can you welcome those feelings right now of failure and any thoughts and images and sounds that might accompany it? Could you welcome it right now? Just let it be. Let it be here. Let it be present.
With open arms.
Okay. Now, can you dig a little deeper into it and see if it's connected to approval, control, security, separation, or oneness?
Like I told you, it's mostly approval because I want to.
Okay, good. Just stop there. Just stop there. Listen, you're thinking right now. What I'm trying to get you to do is to slow down. Listen to me. Hear me out. I understand that. You want to do the process? Okay. So if we're going to do the process, what you have to do is see your mind wants to fight right now. And that's beautiful because you inside want to get past that. So can you bring up those feelings of failure right now? Can you welcome them? Any images and sounds and sensations that accompany it?
You know, the feelings of failure is like,
yes. Can you welcome it?
For myself.
Can you welcome the feelings? This is not about analyzing it. Hold up, listen.
Go ahead.
All you need to respond is yes, or no, or maybe. You understand? We're not going to analyze it. We're going to let it go. You can't let it go by analyzing. So if you want to release it and you're willing to try, let's try it again. Now, I know the feelings of failure are there. I can feel it in the energy, and that's great. That's wonderful. Can you welcome it, though? Can you just let it be right now in this moment?
I can welcome it.
Now, can you dig a little deeper? Can you dig a little deeper into it and see if it's connected to approval, control, security, separation, or oneness? You don't have to pick all. You could just pick one. Yes?
I got two in that.
Good. You got two. That's great. Now, can you, right now, in this moment, you have those feelings, you're letting them in. Could you let it go right now? Could you let it go?
You know what? I'm letting it go.
Would you let it go?
I'm letting it go.
When?
I'm letting it go.
When?
You know.
Good. Let's go back to the top. Let's go back to that feeling. Let's go back to those feelings, whatever feeling is left and whatever else might come up with it. Can you welcome any thoughts and feelings and emotions and sensations that accompany it? Can you let it be right now?
I'm letting it be.
Now, can you dig a little deeper in there and see if it's connected to approval, control, security, separation, or oneness?
Of course.
Okay. Can you let that come in and let it in? Can you let it go? In this moment, the best you can, just the best you can. Can you let it go?
Yes. No, I definitely can. I definitely can.
Would you let it go? Would you let it go? To the best you can for right now. I don't know. My thing is going out on my end, so I don't really hear you. I don't hear anyone.
You can't hear me?
Okay, I couldn't hear you for a second there. So you said, I asked you, would you let it go? Yes? Yo, Rec, this keep going out. M.Reck, can you hear me?
No, you good. I hear both of y'all. Y'all good.
Because I don't hear him.
You can't hear me saying yes?
I couldn't hear you saying, I'm so sorry. I couldn't hear any. That's why if you hear me do that, it's because on my end, it's going totally dark. So I do apologize. That's wonderful. You said yes. So let's go back to those feelings one more time. Whatever is left, whatever is remaining, let's bring it up. Will you just welcome in whatever is left? Will you welcome it? Good. And in this moment.
Go ahead.
Good. Now, in this moment, could you let it go?
It's done.
Would you let it go? Just humor me.
It's done.
When would you let it go? Yeah. Okay, there it is. You can do this to yourself as much as you need to. It's very quick. It's easy. It's simple. But once you let it go, you know what I'm talking about now. And this is the only reason I offer it to anybody that come on, so you can feel what I'm speaking about letting it go. And then getting in touch and feeling just for a moment that everything is truly okay. That everything is truly okay and that everything is abundant. And I am a part of that abundantness.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
If that's okay. How did you spiritually, emotionally, mentally get to where you are right now? Because that's the type of person I want to be. So,
I've been on this journey for a long time, but I didn't kick into this until about 3 years ago, really. My brother died. I was in the middle of doing NLP and believing in all this magical stuff, and I lost my brother. He died in an accident, so you couldn't blame anyone. So that sent me into a really, really dark, I wasn't allowed to be in a dark place because I had a lot of responsibilities and I was in a particular situation that didn't really allow me to feel and express those things in a healthy way. And this year, a lot of unfortunate events had occurred to me. It happened at the beginning of the year, and a lot of things I lost a relative and everything, and I hit rock bottom, yo. To be quite frankly and honest with you, I was at the bottom, and at the bottom, I saw myself. I saw the truth of everything I ever knew, and in that moment, I knew that none of this is real.
And you sold yourself?
I didn't say I sold myself. I said I saw myself.
Oh, you saw yourself. Okay.
Saw myself. When you hit rock bottom, you have one or two choices. You end it or you see the truth.
Okay.
Okay. And I realized the truth. Yeah. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. Mm-hmm. And I started doing it every day and night, all the time. And ever since then, it's been miracle after divine miracle after miracle after miracle. Every day of my life has been a miracle. And since then, one of those miracles that occurred when I really got into miracle divinity pushing out was M.Reck calling me, telling me, hey, let's do a show. I didn't ask for this. I don't prepare anything at all. And I don't have any like social media or YouTube. I don't have anything. I've never tried to get a dime out of anyone for this, man. I was on the ground, man. And just like you, I had no one. I had my mother, but that's not having my mother because my mother always relied on me.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And then I realized that's a story I've been telling myself, a story that didn't serve me. And when I started rewriting my past and changing my past and all the things that happened to me and turning that story into something that served me, that made me an incredible human being, that was worth loving, that was worth and worthy and deserving of a wonderful life, then everything started changing. And I started sharing this because it's working and I'm using it and I'm just like everybody else. I was a guy just full of information, bro. All I had was bro, I got so much information. I play 8 instruments, dude. I'm a walking connoisseur of information.
Hey, can I just say this one thing though? Can I say this one thing? This is like kind of like a testimony, but you know what I mean? It was one year I fell down on my knees and I said, God, today I decided to be a man. I ain't saying anybody's spiritual. I'm not trying to bring, spirituality into this conversation, but I said, today I decided to be a man and he made me one. And then, it was months later. It could have been a year later. I don't know how long it was. And then I said, God, I want to be a part of your kingdom purpose. And when I asked him to be a part of his kingdom purpose, he told me to spread his love. So when I go out, I see the hardest niggas. I'm in California. I'm in the heart of the game, Bay Cali. When I see these hard dudes, I walk up to them, I shake their hand and say, I love you, black man. And then sometimes they say they love me too. Most of the time they say love me too. But then sometimes you got people that say they don't. But when they do say they love me, I said, hey, as randomly as I walked up to you and told you I love you, I said, find somebody random and tell them you love them, and then we'll start killing each other as black men. I feel like I have a purpose to spread this love. We need to get back to love. Love is the way that us as black men can unite and we can get together and do some big things.
I agree. Love is the resonant key of the universe.
Correct.
Love dissolves all unnecessary evil and malice cannot even exist in the chemical compound of love. It just dissolves. It doesn't even have a place to exist.
But you got to mean it when you say it, and I mean it when I say it.
Right. And I'm saying if you also say if you put that same, hear me, if you put that same, I noticed someone said there's a lot of me and no God. I totally believe in God. I keep telling you, God is your own wonderful imagination. You are God. God is not separate from you because that which you create from and you take from yourself, you're not a part of. God does not exist in the universe. God is outside of the universe as you are. Because God is you broken down into many versions of itself having experience. Now that may be too simple, too complicated for some people, but it is not. But one that we can all agree on is that there is no denial of the existence of God.
No, the existence of God is real. And
there is no denial of that. No one is saying that and no one is promoting that. What I'm promoting is how you should communicate with God. The proper way to pray is through your imagination. Because that's where God exists. That's heaven. That is where it is. When you go to check out of here, you're going through that way. And I know that because I checked out of here twice. And that's the way you're going. You're going your imaginational hole in your mind's eye. That's how you leave your body.
Okay, so basically what you're telling me is that the way I meet God personally is through my imagination.
Yeah.
Which,
correct.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying that's wrong. This is something I'm learning, and I'm very open to learning. I'm one of them dudes is like I like to learn. Like I like to listen and learn, but I'm gonna ask questions. Because I'm gonna ask questions because I want to know. You know what I mean? I'm not one of them people that don't want to know. I want to know because the knowledge you give me, I can give to people that not thinking that way. The same knowledge you telling me, I can relay this knowledge to other brothers or other sisters or even outside of our race of Black people and give them the knowledge. I want to be a teacher and I want to, like how you teaching this live, you know what I mean? I'm on that same path of that, you know. And my last name is Williams. Every time they see me, they call me Pastor Williams. Even though I came through, you know, that street life like some of us have, you know what I mean? And, you know, but I changed my life and I say, you know what, I want to do better. And I want to create an environment to where you ain't got to do nothing stupid. You could do something smart. And I lead by example by having my own, you know, having a great job, doing this and saying like, I came from the same place you came from and look where I end up at, you know? So, and I'm not that old, but it's like, this is just in my spirit to spread, like how it's in your spirit to spread, and M.Reck spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I would say if you, I know that some people felt like Christ is not the imagination, is Christ. Well, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that most of the people here is all into conspiracy theory. So if you can just step away from the Romanized version of the translation of the Bible and get more into the Eastern, where the book was even written from, you'll start to see that these stories in the Bible were not stories of just men, but stories of states of consciousness.
Facts.
I don't even believe it. Well, I want to tell you, I don't even believe in the Bible.
Well, I'm just saying, because when people go there and when they feel a certain way that maybe well, I'm just saying, if you use the term pastor, I feel like, you know, that's a Christian term. You know?
I didn't use pastor. I never said pastor.
Said preacher.
Never said pastor.
Oh, preacher. Sorry, preacher.
I ain't never said. I ain't even say preacher.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. You did, sir.
What I say, M.Reck?
You said they call you preacher or something like that. I don't remember.
Oh, no. I said they call me Pastor Williams, but I'm not preaching for the Bible. I'm talking the way you're talking. You know?
I'm just saying, I also use biblical references for my research as well, because a lot of us has been conditioned by Christianity, and not the pure form of Christianity, but a subverted form of Christianity.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you know, the way you're talking, my friends will call you pastor. You know what I'm saying? Because you're preaching truth, and you always preaching truth, right? I'm not equating this to Christianity or being a pastor.
Okay, my apologies. I was just putting that out there because at the same time I was responding to people in the chat.
Because I'm just speaking the real.
I understand, and I apologize for any misunderstanding. I was also speaking to some of the people in the chat that was responding as well. So some of it was speaking and commenting on the people, and that's why I kept saying, and I even mentioned that someone commented in the chat, and then I gave my explanation, or, you know, I sort of explained myself from that perspective, you know. But
I'm saying that I'm not coming on a religious vibe. I'm just saying I get called that because, you know, I'm not yet. I'll say I'm not there where you at right now, but I will be. But they come at me and call me that the way you're speaking to this masses right now.
Hey, well, you remember, you're always right. So if you
I just try to give them my truth, and I tell them this is just my truth, like you say. Look it up. Hey, go find it. Don't just take my word. You know what I mean? I just try to give them my truth. You know what I mean?
Well, you're doing a great job, and I appreciate you. And anyone that goes out there and gives out some love that's much needed in this world is someone worth honoring and letting be known that you're doing a great job.
Yep. So
if ain't nobody told neither one of y'all they love you today, I love y'all. All right.
Appreciate you, man. Love you too. Good.
Love you too, brother.
Yo. So on that note, man, we just hit the 4-hour mark, I believe. And we're gonna conclude the show. You know, this is powerful. Talib, man, I appreciate you, man. This is another one for the books. This one became a marathon, but it's all good.
Yeah, well, I agree, brother.
It's a beautiful thing, man, because, you know, I feel like the people needed it. You know what I mean? The callers, the people. I needed it. You know, I think we all needed it.
I just want to say love is in the presence. Love is in the presence of the heart, and you know the way you treat people and the way you go about your life respectfully.
Correct.
You know, it's not about us. It's about how we build our community. We need to get back to the true nature of who we are. And then once we get back to that, we can start connecting. It's a Chinatown in every place in America. It's never a black town, which black is not the correct term.
So let's stop enforcing that story right now. How about that?
It's never a place.
Let's stop enforcing that story.
I don't have a place.
If you keep wait. Hello. Before we end this is important because this is great. Great place to end it too. Let's stop enforcing that story. How do you expect to get a black town if you keep telling yourself they never will be one? There never has been one. If you keep using these limiting terms, yes, you did. So I'm just saying to you, well, let's eliminate that. And if we all want to experience more love in our life, hear me out, brother. If we want to experience more love in our life, let's all learn and practice these practices of letting go. And I promise you, you'll get there.
But we got to get there together. I can't get there by myself.
Well, here's the thing. A community is individuals that all are working toward a unifying goal. See, there is no community without the individual. See, a group cannot be strong if each person in the group is not strong. See, there must be an individual responsibility to want to serve the collective for there to be a collective.
Well, I know I'm doing my part, but what do we do about these young kids that's raised with these young mothers?
Well, this is what I'm telling you. Once we start letting this stuff go and rewriting our story,
to give them the knowledge. So
well,
how do we deflect them into this type of knowledge to learn that, you know,
that's called control.
And
so
then
you
we
need
honor our people.
Listen, that's called control. Hear me. Hear what I'm saying to you. Okay, I understand your question. Okay, I'm trying to let you know that that's still a form of control. Then when you start letting go of these things, you're going to start seeing that you are the control. It's not something you have to try to acquire. I'm telling you, the secret is in the individual, ourselves. Once we start putting in our minds that our goal is to serve humanity, to serve our collective, to serve our group, everyone will come together. But that is an individual response. Secondly, you must tell the story of you winning. You must stop enforcing the story of you losing and start even writing a story of you winning. Right? You must know what a black town looks like. You should be able to call in and tell me we should have this in the town and this in the town. And I was thinking about this kind of design. If we ever had a black town, I will put this there. You see what I'm saying? These are the things that make the things real.
No, I see what you're saying, but we can never storm a kingdom without an army.
Here you go. That's just the story. That's not true. That's not true. It's called subversion.
How do we create that?
Hello, it's called diversion. There have been many empires that have fallen from within. There has been many empires that have fallen from within with the help of very little people. You're speaking about structures. But what I'm trying to get you to see is once you can start letting go of some of these things, the answer's already there. You're trying to use your hands to create an answer that your heart and mind already has. Now, would you like the heart and mind answer, or would you like the mind's answer? You've been getting the mind's answer this whole time.
Whatever answer whatever you want to give, I want to hear what you got to say, brother.
We want the heart and mind answer. We want the heart to be the one that gives us the answers, because the heart, the soul, that's where love lives. That's where all your desires and true happiness is. See, you're not going to change reality. And this is what quantum physicists know. Just in case you didn't know, advertisers work with them. They know that your attention to something is what creates it. Okay, it's called the slit knot test.
My thing is nothing. I ride in my car with my radio not on. I don't even play music.
I'm just saying,
consciously,
what we give our attention to is what we begin to create or bring into our relative 3D experience. And this is why they have to bombard you with as much dread, confusion, horror, and disarray as humanly possible. So you will never get clear. You will never get clear on the answer, and you will rely on them for the answers. We have a way out now. Let go. And this is the process to do so.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost you money. And you don't even have to do it to anyone else right now. But trust me, once you do it to yourself, you're going to do it to someone else. And it's going to work. And they're going to be like, what was that? And then you're going to explain that. And then they're going to do it to someone else. See, and this can happen overnight. The way your mind can learn anything is called neuroplasticity. You can learn a whole new skill in 2 seconds, or it can take you 2 years. Your neural processing and ability to form neural farms and houses is up to you.
It's hard to build a community by yourself.
You see?
It's hard to be a collective. It's how I feel.
You see your story though? All I'm saying is just try, you feel that, so you experience that.
Wholeheartedly, I do.
But right, and that's what you're going to continue to experience because it's infinite in that direction. What you're looking in, the direction you're looking in is infinite. It's infinite. It shall never end. It's abundant. You're going to have to shift your gaze. Now, if you choose to continue to gaze that way, you can continue to ask the same questions over and over again in various forms. You're never going to get an answer.
Let it go.
Never,
Just
never,
let it
never,
go.
never. I get it. I get it. I get that. I get that. Yeah, I agree
Just
with that.
let it go. Just let it go. Just breathe. First and foremost, look, breathe.
M.Reck
Yeah.
is dope, bro.
Thank you, bro. But look, just
Thank you,
breathe.
brother.
Look.
You are a blessing from God, bro.
Thank you, good brother. But look, inhale, exhale, and let it go.
Okay.
It's really that simple, good brother. Let it breathe.
No, I got it.
Let that bitch breathe. Let it breathe. All right? You have a great night, good brother.
You too, good
All right?
brother.
You're a blessing too.
You too, Talib. Hey,
All right.
good brother. Hey, y'all good brothers, man.
No
Love
doubt,
y'all,
good
man.
bro.
Hey,
All right?
let's spread our love around. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
That's all I ask. Let's
All
spread
right.
our love. You know
All
what
right,
I mean?
my brother. Have a good night.
Thank
You're welcome.
you, guys. Thank you, guys.
All right, you're welcome.
Okay, Reg, what you have to understand is I've been that person.
Yeah,
I've been him.
I get it.
I've been him. It's okay. I get it. And it comes from a place of love and of being overwhelmed. Right?
No, I get it. But
once you
sometimes,
get it, once your mind expands though, bro, once it clicks and he got it, it clicked.
Yeah.
Watch when he wakes up tomorrow.
yeah, definitely.
Expansion.
Listen, some people need more time than others, but they eventually get it. You know, love is love across the board.
That's all. I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you, good brother, and we're gonna continue healing the people one by one. And you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's amazing. People getting healed on this show. I'm gonna thank you because, like you said earlier, you know, you wasn't even thinking about no show. I called you. But the fact that I was in your consciousness somewhere, it allowed us to connect. You know what I mean? Mind that tech mind. See, people don't understand when you say God is a consciousness because they so caught up in the old information that their parents gave them or what they was brought into. So they not gonna be able to grasp it because they so, you know what I mean, attached to it. They conditioned to think one way. So that's why day by day, us building, people open their minds up. We're not trying to tell you lose your religion. If that's what you into, cool. We just trying to say open your mind because you've been manipulated. But that part hurts too. People don't want to feel like they was manipulated. So that hurts.
Yeah. It goes into wanting to be right.
Yeah.
And we all suffer from that. I am no exception.
Facts. We all do.
Have that, And when we can let that go, then we can operate from our higher self and our higher perspective for our highest good.
Yes.
And those around us.
And look, on that note, Talib, man, you have a great night. This was powerful, amazing. This was a blessing. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Because I sent you that information too.
I saw that, man. I'm gonna jump on that tomorrow, man.
I sent you that, good brother. And shouts to DJ Moschino. He's in the building. Appreciate you, King. We got the Unsung Heroes episode out too with DJ Superior. That's my brother too. That's on the channel too. I forgot how I titled it, but it has something to do with loyalty with Memphis Bleak and Tony Yayo. I forgot how I titled it. It's on the channel. Go check for that. That's a dope episode as well. Unsung Heroes. That's another show on M.Reck TV. So yeah, this is Heavy Gems, and we appreciate everybody tapping in every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Heavy Gems, M.Reck, Talib, and check out for the other shows too. Unsung Heroes, Cracking the Code, Gift and the Curse. I got so many shows. SJ show coming, Royalty Life Coaching. So it's a lot. China Black show gonna be coming soon. It's a lot. I got the animal show coming too. That's gonna be special. And we got the movies and them TV shows coming too. You know what I mean? So this M.Reck TV thing is a network. I told you before. Don't put me in a box with them other YouTubers. They do what they do, but this is something different over here. Of course, spooky hours, facts, Moschino. This is something you cannot put me in a box. Them other guys is them other guys. This M.Reck TV with, this M.Reck TV is with family and love. These other guys, they on a different frequency. You know what I mean? I got a different vision for what I'm doing. This YouTube is just one vessel. The true vision is mrecktv.tv app. You know what I mean? You want to call it the M.Reck TV multiverse or whatever it is, but that's what we doing. This YouTube thing is just a channel. That's what they call it. Just one channel to this M.Reck TV universe. So on that note, I appreciate y'all. Love is love. And everybody just open your minds up and just greet everybody with love. And you could conquer everything. Anything that you feel like is trying to conquer you, you conquer it with love. All right?
And let it go.
And let it go. Let that bitch breathe. So on that note, we gone, y'all. Double deuces and bubble gooses. Appreciate y'all. We out. Talib, man. I holler at you tomorrow, good brother.
All right, brother. Have a wonderful evening.
All right, you too. Peace. So on that note, if you need a streaming service, go to the streamboss.com, put in the M.Reck TV code, and you get $5 off. And the Stream Boss, we're gonna do exclusive movie and exclusive TV show with you. We're gonna work that out behind the scenes. So, because we appreciate people locking in with us. The Stream Boss, I think he's been locked in for 2 years now. Yeah, 2020. Yeah, about this time. So, shouts to the Stream Boss. This show is sponsored by the streamboss.com. Go log on. Great subscription service if you know, for your favorite films, your favorite TV shows, sports, etc. All right? So on that note, we gone, y'all. I appreciate y'all. And go get that M.Reck music on all streaming platforms. Respect my handle, Paper Chaser, all in. I mean, listen, when you hear the music, you're going to understand. And I got that joint with my man Done Right and 38 Special. They don't know. Crazy. So on that note, matter of fact, I probably can lead out with that. I should. I'm out. All right, y'all. Peace.
You hear something?
Have you guys heard of StreamBoss? It's a new IPTV provider that gives you over 5,000 channels for only $20 a month.
Oh, cool!
$20 for live TV, local TV, movies, TV shows, pay-per-views, and so much more.
Huh? What?
If you have a Fire Stick, smart TV, or streaming device, then head on over to thestreamboss.com to begin your setup process.
Dissing, we don't see the competition. I drop off a ransom note that your art is missing, nigga.
Pay us in full with the money, or she gon' get her fingers clipped off like Lil Sonny,
M.Reck.